Hope I don't get glaze in it.
And that's the starting line for today. Always a good gem.
I work at a donut place.
Uh-huh. Alrighty. Ian, take her away.
Yes. If anyone's gonna be taken away, it's the person you just beat the hell out of. So, yes, with us left off, with the Fraternal Order of Evil running away with their tails between their legs after lots of Omega blasting around, the Red Duke punching people, though he was mainly just punching Gargantua, and Chiome's, surprise appearance and beating the hell out of Cannon. However, Gargantua is still here, and Mars' security has deigned to finally show up, but is there anything you'd like to ask him before he gets dragged away?
The hell were you doing here, boy? Did you think you could just come in, punch Mr. Mars' building open, and just say hi to duty without some kind of punishment? You gotta know I'm around, and sooner or later I'd catch up to y'all.
If you didn't have your friends, you'd be dead.
I don't know. None of your friends seem to be doing anything interesting besides you. There's one flying about, doing nothing. There's one shooting lasers, doing nothing. And there's one who teleported a bunch, doing nothing. I'd say you carry that team.
Yeah, well, the Order's still gonna get you. They don't need me to do it.
Order of what?
You really don't know anything, do you?
No more than you. Clearly I don't know quite as much as you.
He just clams up at that.
Well, if you're not going to be willing, that's your choice. See you in court? Or maybe they'll just skip that. I don't know. Your
glares at you.
Well, that's all I got. You can take him away, and if he... I hope you have some measure to keep him under control. Otherwise, he's just going to grow big and run. And let's be frank, I'm not chasing after his ass again.
Mars nods from behind you. We have plenty to keep any supernatural prisoners locked up.
That? Yes, I'll have to trust that. None of them escaped so far.
And those security soldiers who seem oddly confident for holding a man who can grow to 60 feet tall, just kind of bundle him away.
Kind of hope he tries to escape just to see what happens. Right then. Hey Max, you still alive?
I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Hardick.
Yeah, you can call me the Duke or Red Duke or Ralph even. Point being, if you're alright, you want to hold this somewhere that's less, missing bits. Maybe next room over. Maybe ground floor. I don't want to have to climb in this, and climbing ain't my specialty.
I was already planning on it. Simply leave your machine somewhere outside.
So you kidding? I ain't getting another thing for the rest of the day.
I see.
Now that I know that people come over and give you a warm welcome, I'm probably going to stick in this thing every time I see you. No offense, but if your security's idea of security is wait till I handle it, I'd like to be ready to handle it.
Then for now, I'll remain in this room, if only to make it easier to speak with you.
Fair enough.
But excuse me a moment. Mars makes his way over to where his desk once was, and the phone that is still somehow attached to the wall.
Because magic.
Well, mostly just really good technology.
See this Cat 5 cable? It's got a 200-pound pull.
Mars promptly picks up the phone and switches it off the speakerphone. Mr. Priest, are you still well?
Yeah, but I'm probably running out of rollover minutes.
Not exactly our highest priority at the moment. Now, your paranoia is very enjoyable, especially when justified, as we have seen. But the matters we have to discuss are not something to be discussed over a phone call. I will ask, now that the immediate danger has passed, that you actually accept my invitation.
We move the conference to a building that's a little less fortified
Holy.
as a box of tissue paper,
Fair.
and I'll call it a deal.
Very well. Simply make your way here. We will meet in the courtyard and move to a safer building.
All right, I'll be at the front gate shortly. Yeah, make that shortly. I'm double parked here. Click.
I'll see you soon, Mr. Priest. He hangs up the phone and puts it on the floor.
So, who was that? Must
Your
have been damn
erstwhile
important to stab him.
companion.
Just welcome. Let's see. We got her. So you talk about the spook, the one who feller showed up and helped, and then promptly vanished off the face of the damn earth.
Spook is a good enough name for him, I suppose.
I don't know if he's part of the FBI, CIA, some unknown organization. I don't know where he's from, what he does. All I know, he helped once, and apparently you got in contact with him. That's the limit of it. I don't even know
I'll
the
let
guy's
him
name.
explain that if he ever decides to.
I hope it does.
Out of character, let's just say there's a reason I chose Viggo Mortensen from Eastern Promises as Alan's avatar.
Yeah.
So,
We-
Omega is back in Janine form, right?
Yeah.
We just don't have a Janine token, so.
Yes, we need to fix that at some point to make that easier.
Yeah.
Well, Hero Machine doesn't have wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just I don't know,
Find
give
a
me
person
face
who's in a
without the
wheelchair.
mask on it.
Just a bust portrait, maybe?
Yeah, just something that isn't in obvious superhero form, and you know.
Or hell, I'll take a picture of a wheelchair just to
Okay,
hammer that point home.
I can make something quick. Just
It's like, here is a picture of a wheelchair. This is me when I'm not.
well, I'll just cut the picture from the waist up before I upload it.
Okay.
She
But
like
Mars,
half
but
wheelchair.
for now, Mars will turn to Janine. It seems we'll be taking the elevator down. After you, miss.
There's a lot of rubble in the hallway. I can't get my chair past it.
Duke,
Howdy.
do you believe your machine is dexterous enough to carry her out of the building?
Of course. I built this thing to be able to both delicately pick up a teacup and pulverize a, 2-foot thick thing of steel. You never know, we need to be able to be gentle.
With that said, Mars will motion for her to come towards the edge of the building, where, the Duke can take her.
Alright, hold on, Missy. I'll just pick you up. He
Okay,
does
be careful.
I gotcha. And he can, because he can pick up people without hurting them, so there you go. So he picks her up gently, puts her down equally gently. It's obviously a more mechanical motion than an organic one. Like it's obviously that the Duke wasn't built at all like a human would move. In terms of lift, push down things.
Mars himself just kind of jumps off the building and lands without a scratch.
Huh. Show me that trick sometime. I might actually need it.
Well, they were only on the second floor. That's
Yeah.
at most 12 feet onto
Still.
grass.
It is notable that his suit is still untouched.
Is what?
His suit.
Oh.
Despite
that's
all
just
these
self-cleaning.
exploding walls around him.
My suit is invincible.
Well, he's got to look good.
Yeah. Can't afford to not look good. So, Mr. Mars, you go on and lead this here party.
Yeah,
So
we'll be waiting
speaking
for your
of party,
companion.
excuse me a second. Thump, 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 thump. Alright, I'm just gonna up and say it,
Yes.
miss. Who the hell are you? And how the hell did you get here? No offense,
That-
I don't mind the help none. It's just, formalities.
That is indeed the next question here.
Oh, you talking to me?
Alright.
Name's Chiome. I just dropped in, that's all.
That gets a laugh out of the Duke. Well, she ain't lying. I can guarantee that.
Yes, but humor is not exactly the goal here.
It do matter a tiny bit where you're if you're working for anyone or you a displaced alien or something equally just fantastical, weird, and out of the universe.
She is
Hey,
definitely
if it's
not.
just a teleport, hey, if it's just a teleporter accident and you were fiddling with some machinery you shouldn't have been, it's okay. I understand. I've been there. You can just tell me.
I can confirm that she is not with the Fraternal Order of Evil.
Well, I don't think she would have helped us if she were.
Oh, you can't deny that. There can be some marvelous infighting in that group.
Huh. Nice to know they're about as united as a honey badger and some honey.
I don't even know where to begin with that.
That's supposed to
Well,
make sense.
long story short, you won't find anyone I'm working for. Didn't necessarily mean to drop in here. Where are we?
Yeah, it should be obvious. Like point at the big building with likely his name and like flaming
Yes,
letters.
Mars Tech is in a lot of signs around the area.
It did, yeah. I
Doesn't
guess
look the same.
Eh.
This
Nothing.
is the primary Mars Tech campus.
Hey, Mars, me old friend. You got other campuses similar to this one? Across the country, maybe? I ain't trying to like screw you for secrets, just that might be where she was heading.
Yes, but not under the name Mars Tech.
And she ain't one of yours?
She's not one of mine.
Alright, well, that leaves the possibilities of she was trying to nick something from you, teleport in, grab a thing. She's trying to assassinate you, which I doubt, but, that's on the table. And you giggle now, but one day someone will, do something smart, and then you'll have your pants cut. Never underestimate anyone.
Look,
So,
I'm here to help. I think I made that pretty obvious by now.
I'm on your side. I just don't. You haven't explained what you're here for, so I'm just shooting fish in a barrel. I don't know.
Duke, a moment.
All right. He turns the massive that his direction, I guess.
You say you were here to help. Do you mean that in a general sense?
Yeah, and I'm always willing to help anyone that needs help with something. I mean, I figured you could handle yourself most of the time, but
Duke, I was speaking to the woman. We are well aware of your heroic tendencies.
no, you're not gonna. Don't make yourself clear. You said my name.
I wished for you to stop speaking for a moment.
Apologies.
She's trying very hard not to laugh.
Mars seems to be amused by the situation.
Ralph is a giant mecha. He has no emotions.
Well, to answer your question, yes, that's why I'm here. In a general sense, I suppose.
Well, you certainly seem competent enough. Not many can take on the Fraternal Order of Evil. At this point, feel free to have Alan arrive whenever you wish.
Yep.
His token is still on the map.
I'm doing that entirely for my own sake because I'm trying to notice something about Xiaomi over there.
You would use insight in regards to people.
No, it's actually something on her body, not like something about her. Specifically her mechanical bits.
Sounds wrong.
Well, you have metal arms. It's not...
Excuse me, miss, I'm just trying to get a closer look at your bits.
It doesn't say anything. If it doesn't even move, it just... Inside, he presses the scan metal object button.
I completely forget what the emote expression is.
There's a little little face icon beside the chat box that I believe has the... Yes, it opens.
No, I mean, like what you just did.
Oh, /me.
Ah, okay. In any case, what are you trying to tell about Xiaomi?
Oh, I'm just looking over her hardware, essentially, seeing, like, those mechanical arms, if I know, perhaps the producer, because, Ralph would be the kind of person in the know about, that kind of mechanical upgrading.
You can tell they're cybernetic, and you can tell they're really advanced. You can't tell much else without having to actually, get out and look at them.
Yeah, they are pretty sleek. as well.
So really good work. All right. Alan is a complete and total smartass.
Pardon me?
Expected, Mr. I am expected.
He's saying Alan's a smartass.
Yes.
Because he is.
So out of character, I will continue doing most important story stuff when Brad is fully back.
Fair enough.
I
Still
guess
do
it's
introductions.
it's just gonna be a minute. I'm doing it quickly.
Sure.
It's okay.
There's plenty of things we can do in the meantime.
Like when Alan rolls up, just walking.
Trying to stick to still intact parts of the path.
Actually,
Good luck.
that
Yes,
should be
good
fine.
luck.
Everything else is probably fucking bone, but like that
Yeah.
one part.
To be fair, Omega never aimed her blasts at the ground, really, so there isn't too much of it torn up from just there.
But there's lots
So
of
just
debris
debris.
around, yeah.
That
Yeah.
fucking gone. Like this part, fucking gone. Between the giant and the Duke, gone.
But most
I
of
do
it
like
is
zooming
blown
out.
out past this area. It's all around here.
hmm
It's in the building mostly. Just lodged.
I mean, what is this, like 25% of this map we've destroyed?
Kinda,
Yeah, there-
sorta.
If
Mhm.
there were fish in that pond, they're now in the Duke's drivetrain.
Yep. I'm eating well tonight.
Mr. Priest. Good to see you. Finally.
The Duke shifts and looks over and goes, "Oh, yeah, that's his name, huh? Priest." Oh, hold on.
Let me write that shit down.
And now that you are present, we will move to a safer location. With that said, he just moves along the side here, which I will not have you go all the way into another building, but you will be in this room here.
Sorry about that. They needed an update on the dog.
Well, you are in this building. There is a window, so the Duke can talk while staying in the mech if he really is that paranoid about it.
Let's see. I was invited to what I presume to be a safe place and got jumped by foe. Yeah, no, I'm staying in here. Yeah, if his security detail is basically let us handle it, then you know what? I'm gonna handle it. I'm not getting out of my fucking mech.
Well, that's not his normal security detail, but as long as you're here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Yeah, no, I'm staying in the mech.
Alan's going to
Where's the window,
casually
anyway?
circle around,
I guess.
casually circle the room, just knocking on the walls. Looks like he's inspecting the quality of the construction.
It's not to the highest quality, but then it's not exactly Mars's actual office either.
His office is probably like an adamantine box.
You're in his office.
Oh, your office sucks.
It got blown up. It's his, it's his work office. It's where he meets people.
Fair enough. So, I guess we're all here. Suppose some introductions are in order, and he shifts his frame towards Alan.
Mr. Priest can introduce or not introduce himself at his own leisure.
Thought he was Alan. That his full name, Alan Priest. He.
All
meanwhile,
you-
like, I'm Googling
The
it
only
inside.
introduction of any form that you have gotten so far is when Mars said, "Ah, Mr. Priest," when answering the phone, and as I walked up now.
Pretty
Which
much.
was
Alan
so I
is
put
going to
together-
type up.
No, Mars does not refer to anybody by first name.
Oh, I thought you said Alan. Okay, never mind. Then I
Nope.
just call him Priest then.
You may
No.
call me Mr. Priest. At least until
All
we...
formal, ain't you?
Do
You
you
like to work
even
on secret
see
organizations.
this suit?
And I'm aware you're wearing a fancy dodge with one of them secret organizations.
I wish it was secret. Maybe then I could get a minute's sleep without being interrupted by something. Yeah, that was strong.
What
Mars
are you-
continues to be amused.
The hell are you doing?
I believe he's checking the foundations.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it ain't solid enough to stop anyone with a certain level of determination.
Oh, right now I'm just making sure that the low-hanging fruit is dealt with.
Now you're just confusing the hell out of everyone in this room, son.
Before we get to the matter that I've called you here to discuss, I'm sure you have actual questions for me.
Mine was, what are we here to discuss, and who are these people? Because I just Googled them, and I'm getting squat, so there you go.
So you are unaware of the Order's presence in the city?
Unless that order is the order that involves pizza, nope.
The Fraternal Order of Evil is a organization of what you
No,
would
them?
nominally call supervillains.
I wouldn't have called them an order. I'd call them a bunch of gang. They're like a gang more than anything. At least as I've encountered them.
Believe
Most
me,
I know of them is robbing a bank. I show up, they run, repeat.
The little you have seen is nowhere near their full capabilities.
Huh.
They simply have more important matters to see to most of the time.
Double, huh?
I imagine they came to see me today for the same reason that I invited you here, because of the Silver Store.
Yeah, that thing. That's
Which
a doozy.
leads me to repeat myself as much as I loathe doing so. Have you any questions for me?
I actually have a brief bit of paperwork to take care of on exactly that line of questioning. Although I could only see them by binocular, I still did get a brief look at those who showed up here today to wreck shit.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm in the room with the people who showed up here not intending to wreck shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there any chance, thanks to my well-informedness, that I know anything about, well, Tempest Master of Time.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know anything about him? Did I recognize him? Which is potential if, if foe is actually somewhat known.
You're asking specifically about Tempest?
Yes, and that's a horrible role, but I probably don't know anything about him other than he is foe, or member of, pardon.
It is well known enough people who actually know about the organization that Tempest, Master of Time, is a part of the Order.
And the reason they know his name is because he insists on being called by the full one every single time.
Kinda, sorta, yeah. It is also known as kind of public knowledge, public knowledge for superheroes, that the Master of Time moniker for him is not an exaggeration. Aside from that, you know that he's mostly there for money, in the Order, that is. That's not necessarily what his goals are, but that's why he joined. And there are some you know about the Order, being as you are involved in the nature of the city, in a bit of a different way than the Duke.
Yes, mine would mostly know where they like to, attack. Where I keep getting calls from them, that sort of thing, and that isn't all that helpful in this scenario. Where they might choose to strike is not necessarily where their base is.
Just checking really quick. And you would have no idea where any potential bases of theirs are.
Where do they like to get their money's worth, let's call it? Where do they show up and do their crime for the most part?
They usually aren't implicated until after the fact. Like a shipment goes missing, and then a few weeks later it's determined, Foe did that.
Okay.
They usually aren't caught in the act.
Right. Well, this was a scenario of we're in the neighborhood, they're in the neighborhood, let's do this.
Yeah, it was unfortunate timing on their part.
Which is a first. Tempest must feel very embarrassed.
Little bit.
My
To be fair-
timing was off. I'll never live it down.
He is the only reason 3 of them got out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would have a question for Mars if no one else does.
Well, I'm just getting something really quick.
Okay.
Okay, what you would know about Foe is that they have a leader called the Big Brain.
Ha.
Whether that's literal or figurative is entirely unknown, but they know that most Foe members are generally terrified of him.
Seems legit.
He's also apparently telepathic because that's how they meet up. This has been determined by other, police forces because it's the only way they would be able to be organized.
The hell? Hey, anyone hear me?
So I'll tell Mars immediately as soon as Alan is back, because this is something we all need to react to.
Okie dokie.
Hey, can anyone hear me now? Hey, does it? Oh, there we go. I'm transmitting again.
Yay, how much did you miss?
Welcome.
I don't know because I got overwhelmed by a sudden blast of static as the my headset port got jiggled loose. So,
Ooh, well,
Hi.
what's the last thing you remember me saying?
um, uh, sorry, I got completely discombobulated by the burst of static.
Okay. Did I talk
Let's
about
start
the big
over.
brain?
You had just mentioned the big brain,
Okay, so... Oh, right, I remember you responded when I said that they're all generally terrified of it.
right?
So, it's a general assumption by all the police forces and such that the big brain is telepathic, because that's the only way they can conceive of that this organization has managed to stay an organization for this long without being discovered.
Right.
And without, them tearing themselves apart at every opportunity. They are villains, after all.
It is not a known fact, but everyone kind of just treats it as one. Could be wrong, probably isn't, with, name like the big brain.
Could be a giant mother brain, could just be really psychically powerful. Could
Incoming
be
message from the big giant head.
Could be an evil, could be an evil version of Mega Brain from Widget the World Watcher.
Could just be a really smart computer that just uploads information really well.
Anybody who actually got that gets points.
I did not.
Nope.
But any of these are possible. And you will likely never know.
Yep.
Because
So,
we're doomed.
Something occurs to Ralph at this moment in time, and he asks rather hurriedly, "What's stopping them from coming back, Mars? Because that ain't all of them. They're an organization, and they're probably more than just that lot. Yeah, we kicked the crap in, but what's stopping them from making another assault exactly? Yeah, a little more prepared one on that note."
The Order and I have had cordial relations in the past, where I follow
And now
my
they've come
business.
visiting you and got their faces punched in. That implies your cordial visits have changed their tone.
You'll notice that I was not involved in the fight, Duke.
Villains don't make sense of that. You know that as well
The
as I
brain
do.
does.
Oh.
He and I have had a very loose working relationship in that he does not bother I, and I do not bother him.
Pause. Alright, that's flimsy legalities, but I ain't no lawyer and ain't my business anyway.
I have no idea where to find him or how to stop him if I did. Better that I avoid him from coming after me, and therefore the livelihoods of all of my employees and all the technological advancements that Mars Tech brings to the city.
Speaking of technological advancements, that there Silver Storm, I hope I'm not surprising you by saying that I know it's nanites, and I know
Do you?
that people that made them, well, they're just a shell company for another company, and that company is a shell company for this company. You catch where I'm going here.
Yes.
So, how much oversight did you have on these here nanites? Because it's kind of important.
I am aware of their construction by the company, and I'm aware that they were being transported.
You did no offense now, but you did a shit job transporting them, apparently. I wouldn't have used just some random tanker. Because if it leaks back that your company, well, I mean, yeah, that's the point of a shell company. That one takes the fall, but it can leak back to ye pretty harshly if things don't go well. Because that's a problem. That's a big problem. That there Silver Storm. That is.
All the more reason for why I am pursuing the attacker so harshly.
Someone made an attack on it. That's why it went up like a firework.
Do you believe I would detonate it myself?
No, but I'd assume someone else lower on the rung might have made a mistake and not given it the correct guard. Maybe the dude driving it was just a moron. I don't know.
In the interests of full disclosure, my own investigation was pretty much based on the assumption that someone did it deliberately.
I can see no other way than deliberately.
So it was
but
a
it was
terrorist
not
attack
mine.
then.
Well, who knows? Truck might have hit a Pinto.
Well, that's what I was saying, but so we can.
Be a horse in the middle of the road.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna. So we're assuming that someone did this. Mars, you got any proof that someone did this, or are we just speculating?
Out of character, feel free to make insight rolls at any time to, look at people.
Not very good at it, and not trained in it, so I go by gut instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Janine's now under Brad's control. I will put stats on the token if I need to, but you should be
It's
fighting in Omega
doubtful.
form, so...
Unlike Ralph, who might actually have to do crap in his form, she'd just go by the power of Grayskull, and there you go.
Mars just kind of looks at the Duke.
The Duke has no eyes to look back with on the outside, so
He's still staring.
I'm gonna win
right
the staring
about-
contest, son. I don't know eyes.
He's still staring right about it where Ralph is.
Ralph patiently waits for him to answer with some kind of proof.
Those nanites are essential in constructing the most beneficial constructions that we have available here at Mars Tech. Destroying
got
them
more?
sets back my company by a matter of months, if not years.
Wait, you got more of these things? And they already proved themselves to be exceedingly dangerous when interacting with humans.
Mars
even the most
smiles and
basic
doesn't
level.
answer that one.
Mr. Duke,
Suppose it ain't my business to inquire how you run your company. I just imagine your health benefits must see a lot of work.
Mr. Duke.
Howdy, Mr. Priest, was it?
Yes. You're
How you
not
doing?
much of an industrialist, are you?
I don't run an industrial company. I run a mining company.
Yeah. Maybe someday you should look into the supply chain of who provides your bullets and your fists.
I make them.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's my point. You don't have that much of anything without making it in bulk. Of course he has more, and of course he has somewhere he made them. Yes, Mr. Mars?
Mars continues to smile. He does not give a direct answer to this.
If
I
he
assumed
doesn't
they were
know...
just experimental. He was moving from one safe location to another. Why, if he had full bulk and full production of these things, that's something else to worry about entirely.
Believe me, they are well protected.
And if
I
they
think
were a
it wasn't-
secret, they would have been transported either more discretiously or in small parcels. You don't put all of your eggs in one basket.
But then why were you transporting them at all in such a large and obviously dangerous manner?
That is something I am not currently available to discuss with you. There is something more important to discuss first.
I don't know, it sounds pretty important, but shoot.
It is something of an offer, and a rather grave one. However, it is at this point that the Duke hears something weird. It sounds like moving concrete.
Y'all better get out of that room and start moving right now. Something is moving underneath the floor.
It is not coming from underneath the building, it is coming from behind the Duke.
No, I spin around quickly. Like I might accidentally bash in this part of the wall quickly.
Well, you might break the window.
Alright, well, there goes that window. I can
Right
turn
around
like,
here, which
ASAP.
I'll point an arrow at in a moment. It does not let me do it at the same time as speaking, which is kind of irritating.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
You see a bubble of concrete forming out of the sidewalk.
Everyone who can fight, you might want to get out here and start fighting because something is coming out of the sidewalk and it don't look. It's a bubble. Just get out here.
No sooner have you said that than the bubble comes to a full size, about a half circle, and then kind of falls away back into the ground. However, it leaves some people. I don't know if that came through. It left some people.
Blub, blub, blub.
Up, up, up. Now, you immediately recognize these people.
Okay.
Do you want to take a guess at who they are before I tell you?
Either more foe or they're people who help keep the city safe. One or the other.
These are members of the Freedom League.
Freedom League. It's ringing a bell. Hold
The
on.
biggest superhero group on the planet.
Damn.
Cool.
Basically Mutants and Masterminds Justice League.
Oh shit! Superman showed up. It's out of our hands, everyone.
They do not have the actual Superman XP, but
Oh,
it is
okay.
members of the Freedom League.
Okay, so it's expanded Justice League, not just the big. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
To be precise, it is Bowman, who befits the name, he is an archer.
Mm.
Johnny Rocket, the speedster.
Mm.
Seven, a magician, as she calls herself. And Dr. Metropolis, who is the reason for that bubble they came out of. Would anyone like to make some rolls on anything more about them before anything happens?
Not sure what this would be for the Duke.
Yeah, 1 second.
I will check for you because it's
I see the doctor made his saving throw against pants this morning.
he always makes a saving throw.
I don't know if any of these would fit to like know
Make
stuff
an
about.
Make an expertise current events check, which you can make even if you don't actually have it. Just make an expertise check.
Expertise
Perhaps
come in 5 flavors: int or awareness based.
It.
I'm a smart cookie.
So you are basically making an int check.
So I made an int check at total of 28. Apparently,
Yes,
I know quite a bit about
will
this.
Wait and see what everyone else has got.
Apparently, I've had my head up my ass for the past few months.
Yeah. That's
Justice League,
unfortunate.
what?
While everyone else rolls in, I'm just going to go refill my drink.
Yes,
which one of
Shiome
them?
is obviously in a different situation.
Right, but which one of them is more overtly, I guess, aggressive looking?
Dr. Metropolis.
All right, so she's going to use assessment on it, which means you're going to make a secret roll.
As what?
Her insight check versus their deception check, just trying to see
Okay.
his combat capabilities.
And if you have any, like, what do they call it? Obvious? Was it obvious? As a trait? Damn it, was it?
Okay, an 18 from
Noticeable.
Omega.
Okay, yeah. If you have any noticeable powers, traits, things, anything at all that you immediately you have to give them that one. You can't, unless you're, like, actively hiding that somehow, you kind of have to give that to people.
I'm aware.
Like, I'm a giant robot.
For example, you can tell that Bowman has a bunch of arrows on his back.
Yes, he does.
It might be carrying a bow.
Possibly.
Like, stick could be a bow.
Just
Technically,
waiting on
Technically, I could make that check instead, but as I can see, that dice just hates me at the moment.
You rolled a 2, yes.
That might still get you something. Checking really quick.
Versus a flat 1 versus a 14. So I think I take the 14.
Well, we'll see. Is Shiome making any rolls?
It depends on whether her expertise would apply.
I'd say it still is an int check here, just because you're remembering history for you.
Oh yeah, them. They were wiped out back in... Never mind.
Nothing.
Nothing happened.
Just make a d20 plus your int.
Okay, I got to
You will
ask
live
again. I've
forever.
forgotten again how to do the in-line dice rolls.
Put it in
Brackets.
square brackets.
Thank you.
And I'll need your insight if you're wanting to do an assessment.
Right. So her insight is a +10 mod, but I can't know the result for assessment.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's like gives me too much info. It's all you.
So I roll your insight and their deception. Okay.
Yeah, and don't tell me the results at all. For the dice, at least.
You will know
Give me
nothing.
a moment then.
I'll be right back 1 second.
So your insight is a +10.
Yes.
Sorry, this is gonna take a second.
Yeah, it's fine.
In the meantime, did you roll your int?
Oh, I wasn't sure whether I could do both at the same time.
Oh, go ahead. This is just
Okay, cool.
seeing if you know anything else beyond they are these people. Okay. dealing with the assessment first. Let's see. For this, you learn their defense bonuses, if they're higher, lower, equal to yours, and their attack bonuses.
I am back.
Yep, all relative to her capabilities.
Yes.
Anything happen?
Not quite yet.
So
Okay.
you can tell that Dr. Metropolis is not as good at dodging at you as you, but he is significantly tougher than you. You can also determine exactly what his toughness and parry are.
Chris, Shiomi's just sizing them up.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
as for his attacks, what is your attack modifier? Just base?
Her base like close combat rolls like plus 14.
His attacks are lower than yours.
And I get to choose one of the other ones to learn exact. Or both.
Do you choose it?
Well, I guess it's actually up to you. Each additional degree of success, you learn one of the target bonuses exactly. It doesn't say I get to choose either, so I'm gonna guess
Yes.
it's you.
You had 2 additional degrees of success, so you learn what his toughness and his dodge are. Not his
Gotcha.
dodge, his parry. They're on the token, though, so, you know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not really... You can't
Well,
really cheat
I don't
here.
think I can actually see it on the token.
Can you not?
No.
No, we can only
I
see stuff
think
on our
it's,
own tokens, which
yeah,
is
only with
deliberate, I
permission.
bet.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right.
Oh yeah, there's
Okay,
there's a separate attribute set for only the owner can see certain attributes of the tokens. Everyone can see the conditions and bruises of everyone else, but only the owner can see the actual attributes. You as the GM can see it all because you're the GM.
Okay. Then you know that his parry is 20. And his
Jesus.
toughness... Yeah. And his toughness is 24, but that is with the plus 10 on it. So he rolls a 14.
Okay. I won't be fighting him.
Yep, 4PL above us. Above our
So-
peak. Anyway.
All of you, but Alan, are aware that most of the Freedom League is actually off-planet at the moment, dealing with some kind of alien threat. And you know a few things about these people. Bowman, you don't really have to know anything about to know what his powers are. He's acrobatic and he uses a bow.
Pew pew.
Johnny Rocket is the speedster, as is implicated by his name. He's also well known for being persecuted sometimes as one of the few openly homosexual heroes on the Freedom League.
Well, now I feel bad. My initial instinct on seeing his face was I wanted to hit him.
Okay.
He kind of cultivates that.
Actually, you know what? That's actually kind of smart for a speedster to do.
Yeah,
You
focus
want them
on
to
them
focus
instead.
on you and be like, I want to smash
Yes.
him. And he just like, bye.
Uh-huh. 7.
You kind of want to be a douchebag, as stupid as that sounds. Go on.
7 is one of the newest members of the team. She was only brought in recently. Apparently her magic skills are enough to merit her a full place in the team very quickly. And Dr. Metropolis is very obviously the reason they are here, because he is able to feel anything that happens within a city as long as he is in it. So Omega throwing all those buildings around probably set off a few of his alarms. Are there any other rules you'd like to make before things happen, such as insight?
Nope, I'm good.
If anybody ever read the Authority comics... No?
Doesn't
Nobody?
sound familiar.
That doesn't ring a bell, and I normally
you
know
keep
most
telling
comics.
me to, and I haven't.
Ha!
Oh well.
I probably just need to get a copy of them. That's my biggest.
All
problem.
right, so time for the big question. So those are the basics that everyone knows, but Duke apparently knows a lot more.
Well, no, what I just gave you is what you know.
Oh, really? That was
The
surprisingly
basics
little.
are their names and some kind of general idea that they are on the Freedom League.
Ah, well, all right then. So
You do
I
not know the name
for...
of their pet dogs.
Damn.
Alan does
But
not know what
Fluffy-
their capabilities are except Bowman. And he could probably assume Johnny Rockets.
What did you say, Dr. Nicholas's power? Like, did I know his powers? And I blanked
He
out on that one.
has senses that spread all throughout a city as long as he's in one.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you what happens with map tools and pictures.
Oh, map tool doesn't do any kind of subsampling. So if everything that gets scaled down is only point filtered, so anything with really hard edges starts looking sharp and jagged.
You're cutting in and out a bit.
Sorry, probably just mic a little too far from my mouth. It's just a aliasing thing. Map tool doesn't do any complex subsampling when scaling images down, so anything with hard edges becomes more hard edged and spotty.
It sounds more like a connection issue with you cutting out.
Really?
Because it's obviously still talking, it just goes staticky for a second, then it's quiet, then it comes back to you talking.
Does it continue off where you last heard me, or?
No, it's like you're still speaking.
Yeah, it's like we're hearing it in real time with just chunks taken out of it, replaced by little robot noises.
Just a moment here. And mumble word.
It's
No,
kinda
my signal
clippity
to
thing.
noise is staying well above voice hold.
I don't know.
Right now, you're perfect.
Alright,
Alright.
so. In any case, they emerge out of the concrete bubble, likely formed by Dr. Metropolis, as he is the one known for city-based powers.
The Duke relaxes because he realizes they're not enemies. He's like,
He should not relax. Immediately upon arriving,
start shooting
Hold on.
lasers?
making
Damn.
sure I have it correct
I'm
here.
not the enemy!
Rocks fall,
I'm
everybody
famous, you should know
dies.
me.
Dr. Metropolis points towards the window that Mars has moved to when the Duke made his alarm. And yells that we knew we shouldn't have trusted you, Mars. And you'll pay for what you've done to this city now. Before you can say anything, before Mars can say anything, before anyone can even move, Dr. Metropolis kind of staggers and puts one hand to his forehead and yells, "Get out of my head!" He points one hand at Mars and, well, buildings start coming alive. Please roll me some initiative.
I go first.
Okay, you can do that, but someone else is going to do it too, and they're going to beat you. Are you still going to do it?
We have to do a roll off, so there's no guarantee he just beats me, but
Yes, there is.
there is.
It's Johnny
Alright.
Rocket. Of course
Damn
he's
you,
going to
Johnny
beat
Rocket.
you.
He's a speedster.
I'll
He
go
is an
after Johnny
enormous
Rocket then,
speedster.
god damn it.
Also,
Alright.
to
Do
be
it, 'cause that's his
fair,
thing.
Duke, you may be kind of hesitant to roll in on this.
Not hesitant to get the fuck out of the way though.
Meanwhile, I hear people shouting, and Mars is probably staring out the window glaring, so...
No, he-
I'm still gonna
heavily
use my
confused.
heroic effort, and I'm still gonna try, and he can roll a 1, I can roll a 20. Maybe that does it. I don't think he has a plus 20 to his initiative.
Feel free to roll insight, but Mars does not look angry or perturbed or anything. He just looks confused.
Yeah, it is a 2. You still technically have to roll against me, Speedster, sucker, if you're using the same thing I am. I know you're gonna beat me, but I'd like to pretend you'll roll a 1.
He beats you even if he rolls a 1.
Holy shit, what the hell does he have for initiative?
He'll see in just a moment.
He's a speedster.
I know, but even then, it's hard to get initiative that high.
See, unlike me, he's a
Okay,
real
screw me,
speedster.
never mind, how do I know?
He's a speedster.
He adds his speed rank to his initiative bonus.
His speed rank is 53 or 50 or whatever madness he has. Damn, he's fast. He can like run through time. That's really fast.
He's Johnny Rocket.
Note to self: don't fuck with Johnny Rocket.
That's a very good rule. And from all you can tell on Mars, he is completely flabbergasted.
Okay.
He's hiding it well, like he looks just kind of mildly confused, but he has no idea what to make of this.
Okay.
Alright, Brad, you going to have Janine change into Omega, or is she not going to join in on this?
I don't have any reason to fight these people.
Even though they're attacking Mars?
I don't know anything about him.
True.
All I know is I got here and and immediately he was attacked by people. I'm not just gonna
Twice.
jump to. I'm not gonna jump to his side when the fucking Justice League is on him.
I'm jumping in on initiative so that I can flee.
I'm jumping in initiative to get the hell out of the way and
So,
try to make sense of this scenario.
I'll roll initiative so I can roll away, but other than that,
Yeah.
I forgot the
do-
calculation for this.
Oh, it's just
What?
your agility. It's your agility. Dexterity is aiming, so it's your agility modifier plus your speed rank. If you have one, you might not. I think you have.
Why is Janine so much bigger than everyone else? She's still a medium size.
That is a good question.
Did you accidentally roll the mouse wheel a little bit over her portrait when you changed it?
no, I did. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
I actually did not know I was supposed to add speed rank into this.
Yep, well,
Let's see here.
you can check that. I'm rolling for the Freedom League at the moment.
And improved initiative gets you a +4, I think it is.
Yeah, so I think I'm at plus 12 right now normally.
Mm-hmm. I'm a human. I get to roll +0.
My token doesn't have my init on it.
None of ours do.
Why is she heading 53 now?
Do I need to go over the whole fact of this being the Freedom League?
Is it like the main like
We're out
team,
of
or
our
is it just? I
league,
thought this was like the
har.
backup. Like the Justice League has lower power leveled guys.
You are very much out of your league in this case, yes.
You know, but just move.
Oh, I'd like to make it clear as well. Metropolis is attacking the Duke as well as Mars. He's kind of just attacking indiscriminately.
That's why I need to move. Kind of hoping I at least beat that guy. I beat him by 1. Yes. Oh wait, he doesn't. He's not using the go first power, so never
Nope.
mind. I beat him anyway.
Okay, so Chiomi's an 18.
In fact, I beat everyone except Johnny Rocket because Johnny Rocket also used the go first power. So
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure if her speed applies to her initiative or not. So
I just have I just have improved initiative as an advantage. That's not a power.
yeah, that's yeah.
yeah, I picked up a rank of that too.
I have 2 ranks of it. That way I get to run away really, really fast.
In your wheelchair, squeaky, 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 squeaky.
I move 15 feet per round, and somehow I got away.
I don't know. I guess no one wanted to shoot the person in a wheelchair. No one was that big a dick today.
I don't know. Metropolis doesn't seem to be doing very well.
Mr.
Right now.
Metropolis.
For right now, I will allow insight checks as free actions since the combat hasn't actually gotten to the first turn yet. So if you have any of those to roll, go ahead.
I'm not trained in it, but I can throw. There, something's going on.
What'd you get?
16. No, 13. Sorry.
I don't see your roll. That's weird.
It's right here. Put it in.
Actually, you know what? I might actually transform into Omega form and side with them. Actually,
That would be why.
I don't have my controller or my Omega form yet, so actually I'm not going to do that.
Chris, check if you're still connected properly to the server.
I'm not. I just got booted. Someone else. You get rid of my clone, please, or my not clone. The one that is not me.
Yep.
Because I got booted. That's why you didn't see it. I'm not sure why I got booted. I just did.
Okay, how do I do that?
Go Window Connections. Right-click Skull Hat. Boot.
Oop. I didn't even do that. I just did it.
It
on its own.
auto-detected that he dropped. Sometimes it can take a minute, though, to detect it.
And I'm back. Okay,
All
well,
right,
I
so
got a
what did you get?
13. I got a 13. Let's only re-roll it. I'm fine with a 13. I'm only adding like a 6 to it. It's not gonna shock and awe anyone.
Go ahead and set Johnny Rockets to 74. And
Just
yours
put him
is
top,
73.
then Duke, then everyone else.
Well, it's going to auto-sort it, so...
Well, yeah, might as well put him at 74, because, you know, Johnny Rocket.
Sorry, one more time, what was that? 16?
13.
13. Okay. Nobody else making a roll?
No.
Okie dokie. Nope, you can't tell anything besides the fact that all the Freedom Leaguers except Dr. Metropolis are kind of waiting for direct orders, and Dr. Metropolis just seems angry.
As the Duke, like, shuffles out of the way. So, did you guys get my application, or... yeah, he knows it's not. That's not how they work. They come to you, kind of thing.
So, the Rocket has noticed that Dr. Metropolis apparently has a reason to attack these people, and generally trusts in his friend here. So Johnny Rocket is going to be Johnny Rocket.
Punch, 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 punch. Zoom.
That is indeed Johnny Rocket.
Watch out, it's not the Flash.
Okay. This does go by kind of slowly, doesn't it?
It's not the speed, actually, that I'm thinking of. Carry on.
And I'm doing it again.
Well, then I will just swear at my computer until it behaves.
Breaking up. Yep.
Argle, flargle, flargle, transmit test.
Now
There you
you're
are. There you go.
So Johnny Rocket.
Gonna go block the ports my wife's computer uses for torrenting. Carry on.
Johnny Rocket rocks.
Yes, Mars steps away from the window because he has a moment to do so before Johnny Rocket
Is
first,
just
pretty much, glances around, sees another guy in a suit, a wheelchair, and a cyborg lady.
I wonder which one is the threat.
He looks for a moment, runs out, seems to tell his companions, seeing as how he actually stops to do something, and then runs back in, because he can run around all he wants me.
I go where I want to. I'm just that fucking fast.
With that done, he'll launch himself at Xiaomi. Because he trusts his ability to catch Mars before he gets anywhere.
To the wall with you. Speed punch.
Well, no, he's kind of just trying to hit her with a barrage of punches. Which I'll
Just
make room
rude.
for now. Let's see, he is a... Yes, that's it. Well, that is a prairie.
Yeah.
Roll me toughness.
This might be the one area where you're better than him. I don't think Johnny Rocket built himself to be that tough. Touchable.
That is kind of his thing. Pretty decent roll for toughness, though. His DC. Alright, so he does have multi-attack. How much would he beat your parry by? 7, so 2 degree success.
He gets a +2 to the rank then.
Is it a +2 with 2 degrees? Was this 1 degree?
Third degree, it's +5.
I think it might be a 3 at 2 degrees. Oh yeah, 3rd degree, but he's at 2nd degree is the thing. So I think that's just a +3.
Ooh.
I know it does a weird thing.
I'm just double checking this because it's an odd one.
It is.
Multi-attack. Yeah, okay, it's +2 for 2 degrees. Okay.
Yeah,
Which
plus 2 for 2 degrees
means-
and plus 5 for 3 or more. So only when you hit 3 or more do you actually get the full +5. So it's
Congratulations.
+2 for.
You do beat his DC, so he wails on you a bit, but doesn't seem to know how to get past your robot arms.
You just
Yay.
fucking, you just put your fists up and just boxer that shit. I'm not parrying that, I'm just taking it.
Kind of quirks his head and looks at you. And anyone who knows Johnny Rocket, which is everyone in this room, Alan, will realize it's kind of uncharacteristic for him to be so quiet. But he just zips back out and back to his friends.
Now I'm over here.
And the Duke.
Hmm. It's 30, right? If you have a, yeah, that's normal move speed for a person. I just sort of move up and go, "What in the hell are you lot doing? What's wrong? What's going on? What?" And I'm going to. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong spot. Whoa.
Don't grab the Duke, don't grab Ralph, grab the Duke.
Okay, I was there. Or there. That's better, because I want to be near the tree. Between them and my friends.
Okay, so
essentially.
you're yelling, what on earth is happening?
Yeah, like, what on earth is happening? What are you people doing? What? He's not a foe? What's
Hold
going
your
on?
fire!
And, yeah, basically. Hold your fire, you insane bunch of bastards.
Are you doing anything else before they respond?
I don't know if there's ready actions in this. There is aiming, though. I'm going and use it as a shield.
You're going to what?
This is a tree. I'm going to pick up tree and use it as shield. Put tree between me
Give
and
me a
the
strength
incoming.
check.
Okay. Do I need to make one? Strength ranks indicate I could lift 200 tons, and this is a tree.
Alright, yeah, go ahead then.
It's
I
just
just don't know off
tree.
the top of your head what your strength ranks allow you to lift up.
200 tons is my maximum.
Okay, then yeah, go ahead.
I
You
now have a
you
tree
have
that
a
I'm using
tree.
as a shield. So if they try and hit me, they have to hit tree first and then blow up tree, then they can deal with me.
I will block out that tree once it's been decided where the tree is ending up after you're done using it.
Yeah, for now I have tree in hand as shield, so there you go. That's my turn. I have acquired a tree.
It is Seven's turn, but as answered, Dr. Metropolis yells at you that Mars must be stopped! His evil has been a blight upon this city for too long! It's very notable that in the past, the best word to describe Dr. Metropolis is stoic. So this is a little odd.
Yeah, I'm just considering.
In any case,
Maximillian isn't
Seven's turn.
evil? That makes no sense.
He didn't
The
seem very
mind worms
willing
are
to
devouring your
listen,
brain.
though his head does seem to be hurting him.
Consider what you're doing. This is Maximillian. He does nothing but save lives and provide. It's where he built his fortune.
Not strictly true, but
Well, that's a public image thing he does.
Nah.
So I might as well remind you. I don't want to remind him of the bad he did.
okay. Let's go check how that works, because this is not a power we've actually used yet.
What? Magic?
Snare.
Oh.
Ah, it is a cumulative affliction. Okay.
Please tell me the fucking archer's gonna throw bolas at me, 'cause that's gonna crack me the fuck up.
No, it is Seven's turn. The magician.
Okay, magic bolas. No, IT's going.
Target makes a dodge resist against your effect DC.
Indeed. So, you have a dodge resistance check, so I need you to roll your dodge.
Me or
Yes.
okay?
Which means you don't have one, so you just roll d20.
I got a 16.
Not bad, but checking really quick.
Effect rank is 6 or more. Oh, pardon, 7 or more, she wins.
Yes, her effect rank is an 8.
1 degree of failure leaves the target hindered and vulnerable.
Question. I am guarding myself with a tree. What exactly is she doing? I mean, if it's
She
like,
is
she's just like
shackling
magic,
your legs to the ground.
it's just like magic just comes out of the air and grabs me.
Yes.
Okay, if she was throwing something, I'd be like, well, the tree. But no, she's just.
It's magic. It materializes from nothing.
That's fine. It's just one of those me things. I'm just curious because sometimes they do have to actually throw these things. So yes, all right. So my legs are stuck.
So you are hindered and vulnerable.
Yes, I am. I have a tree, so
Sure. But it's kind of difficult to move.
I don't need to move. I got a tree. Have you any idea how much reach this gives me? It's insane. I could whack Dr. Metropolis from here.
With that done, she'll hover up into the air and fly over in this direction. She looks kind of unsure about what's going on right now. In fact, all the members of the Freedom League are kind of glancing back at Dr. Metropolis at the moment. Janine.
Wheel herself away.
Yeah, this has been fun. I'm just gonna let myself out now.
To know you've been attacked by 2 different groups in like the last 30 minutes. How about no?
I'm going to attempt to open this door.
That door is locked. Mars locked it after you came in.
Ah,
Son of a
bastard!
bitch.
It is opened on this side, but it will take you a second. He obviously
Yes.
didn't want anyone interrupting you.
With
I'm going
tea.
I'm going to spend the rest of my round unlocking it so I can leave that.
I can see her like trying to reach out, just like, God damn it, you
That
fucker.
is part of the difficulty of it, yes.
I need to get one of those hand clampy things.
Dr. is an angry person.
I'd show you how I was. I'd show you if I had my reaching broom.
So, this is where I need to be a lot more familiar with the mechanics than I am currently, but there's not much to do about that.
What do you need?
One else fails, lasers.
I just need to be more familiar with the transform mechanics.
Transform.
We got 2
You
people
change
here
objects
who,
into other objects, altering their shape or composition in the process.
Yeah, we got 2 people here who do a lot of that, so they should know if no one else does.
What is he attempting to do?
Oh, Dr. Metropolis is attempting to completely close off the room you're in right now.
Behold,
Hey,
the box of pain.
Does
Pretty much.
he have the necessary increased range?
Yes.
Okay.
His transform is continuous, 10 ranks, and broad, amongst other things.
10 ranks, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He can transform up to rank 4 of mass, which is 800 pound. And
He's mostly just making the doors turn into more wall.
okay.
Son of a bastard.
Alrighty.
So what's he doing to our poor walls? Making them cheese?
Dr.
No.
Metropolis has the ability to change any cityscape component into any other cityscape component.
It's becoming a
So
subway?
he's turned the doors into wall. Okay.
There are no
Okay.
doors into that room anymore.
Well, hey, we have a counter to that. Hello, Alan. You are the exact counter to this guy. Please start countering him.
If he wants to show that he can do this, sure.
Yeah, true. He's had to be stuck in the room. Wait, he didn't close the window. Leap for the window.
Carry on.
Just checking something really quick. Which is to say, I'm mostly going to draw over these. There you go. That is now wall. And he'll step forward, basically completely uncaring that the Duke is there,
Hey, I was unlocking that.
and continue yelling at Mars that whatever cronies you've gathered for you doesn't protect you now. You will face justice for what you've done.
I'll start asking what the hell he did to piss you off.
Chiome.
Is the window still there? Is an actual question I'm
Yes.
curious about now. Oh, okay. Well, there's your exit.
Well, he needs a way to get in, right?
I suppose he does, doesn't he?
And Johnny has passed through it 4 times.
Uh-huh.
Well, that happened like nanoseconds before any of us realized Johnny was even there, so.
He basically got in and out before the glass had reached the ground.
Yeah, seriously. Like, the only person who could even vaguely react to him was Chiyomi.
And her reaction
And it is
was,
now
ow,
her
my
turn.
spleen.
Actually, it's more like, haha, armor has protected me. Thank God I'm made of metal.
Hmm.
Chris?
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh,
debating.
other Chris.
Okay. Just make sure you're still here.
Damn it, I changed these to the alternate resistance area. That would actually be really useful. Kept that to this dodge. Oh, well. Well, she doesn't really know what's going on besides this guy hit her. She's gonna chase after him.
Fair enough.
Fastest man on Earth meets the fastest women in the immediate area. They're sure to hit it off. Or each other.
Probably both. Though, to be fair, Johnny Rocket is spoken for. He's actually married.
He's going to divorce his wife, marry her. They're going to have 3 kids, and then they're going to resume the fight about a second later.
He's gay, remember?
Mm-hmm.
She'll turn him, and then he'll turn back. They do things. They
Fantastic.
do everything fast.
Yeah, seriously. They're gonna have like this whirlwind romance, literally, in like a nanosecond, and they'll have like 8 kids and be old people and die, and it'll all happen like an 8-second period.
Uh-huh. We'll roll. Could you please make it before
Yes,
they get any sillier?
I don't want to go on this topic anymore. She's gonna try her affliction, tendon slice, try to slow him down.
Okay. What is that resisted with?
Parry.
Is it a resistance check?
Yes, I
Okey-dokey.
believe so. Yeah.
She goes for the tendons, he has to either avoid it or deflect it.
Knowing him, he just avoids it.
I need to start doing secret rolls more often, really.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Slash self is the easiest way to do that.
Yep.
He's incredibly slimy looking.
So none of you saw that?
Correct.
Nope.
Oh,
Hurrah! Okay.
Either that or
what
we're
is
all
your-
bluffing.
What is your affliction DC?
It's only 6.
That's how many ranks you have, which means your affliction DC is 16.
Right. Yes.
He managed to kind of dance out of the way, and he waves a finger at you with a grin.
Annoying.
Okay, I want to murder this guy.
Feel free to try.
All right.
I
so continue
can't, but
moving,
I want
basically, and call it good.
so what
Bowman.
happened exactly there? It happened too fast.
Exactly.
Ah,
Bowman, while initially confused at what Dr. Metropolis is, doing, now seems to take the entire event in stride with a grin, and he seems generally just kind of eager. But he'll glance at where Chiyoma's run off and kind of moan to himself, why are always the pretty ones the bad ones? Working for Mars. Could have had a good thing if she was with the good side.
We are good, guys. Damn it! What the hell is wrong with you people? We're not working for Mars. He just wanted to have coffee.
He makes the infamous yapping motion with his hand.
Okay, guys, who's getting flattened with the tree first, asshole? You are seriously
But
pissing
with
off the
that-
wrong guy.
The Duke has attracted Bowman's attention.
Good, shoot me. I'm sure you carry arrows that will so impress my ass and my tree.
Don't rule it out.
For my arrow, go.
I'd rather them shoot me than you guys, to be completely honest. That's what I'm here for.
So, for now, he will jump straight up in the air for a moment, drawing an arrow as he does so, try and get a more direct shot at the Duke's cockpit. But how to deal with that tree? I wonder if there's any actual mechanics for that.
You
Well-
can actually treat it as cover. There is a mechanic for cover, so you could
Yeah.
do that.
Let's take a look at that then, real quick.
Although, for future reference, Skullhat, it would
Yes.
have been more in your favor to simply take the defense action. What that means is that instead of attacking your passive defense of 10 plus your defense modifiers, when you're attacked, you roll d20 and add your modifier, and if you roll 10 or less, you add 10 to it. So your minimum roll is actually 11.
Okay, that is useful, I think.
Raises your defenses a random amount anywhere from 1 to 10 from what they normally are.
Okay, yeah, that is useful. But on the other hand, thematically, it doesn't make a lot of sense for the Duke to like settle into a defensive stance and try and like juke them. I can't see that working. It makes sense for him to pick up a tree and be like, "Fuck off! I have a tree."
Mm-hmm.
Well, in
I
any
mean,
case,
mechanically, yes, I get your point, but on the other hand, I can't see that happening. Like, how would that? He can't like juke like a person might, you know?
Well, he could say block with parts of his mech that aren't vulnerable.
Doesn't have a neck. You seen his picture?
mech,
Mech.
not neck.
Oh, I thought you said neck. I'm like, what neck?
He's aiming for the
Box.
he's aiming for the joints. Dodge.
Okay. Anyway,
I guess. I know.
for now, that tree will apply as total cover, so Bowman will have a -5 circumstance penalty on his attack. But he's still going to try and attack you.
Yeah. Roll a 1.
I need to get used to doing this in secret now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Right now, your dodge is pretty bad.
I don't have a dodge. I never had a dodge, but that doesn't exist.
Yeah. It's a -5 on that. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. So then, you need to roll a toughness check.
All right.
resist
yeah, it's
damage?
just a D20 plus 16,
Yes,
isn't
to
it?
resist damage.
Has a 31 do.
Okay, that does pretty well.
This is the one thing the Duke can do well, besides hurt things with fists.
Yeah, you're fine. All of his arrows land, like they slam right into the cockpit of the Duke.
Tong, 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 tong.
And one could assume, just from how hard they're hitting, and he fired quite a few of them, that if he gets lucky enough, they could get through.
And then he lands, and then the tree hits him.
Well, he lands, and he's still at where he started. He jumped forward.
Yeah, no, he jumps straight up, lands, tree. Because I'm going to swat this man with a tree.
Well, now that he's done that, he's going to move over here.
Still going to swat him with the tree.
He'll continue grinning like an asshole. Say,
Why
"Oh,
is this whole team comprised of assholes and crazy people?
Because
Well,
ours
very
is
nice.
just-
Our team.
Ours?
Never read,
What?
sorry.
Alan,
You never read Identity Crisis, did you?
Depends on which one you're talking about. There was a couple.
Okay.
So for the people inside,
The
it
Justice
looked
League crossover.
it looked like
hold
the
on, I know that one.
doors just kind of took on the color of the walls and then lost all features that define them as doors.
Except for the knobs for some reason.
No, the knobs aren't there.
Aw.
Huh. And we can hear all this nonsense going on outside, but from where I'm standing, I can't see jack all.
Yeah, you can hear Manhattan. Not Manhattan. I always want to call him Dr. Manhattan because we have
Yeah.
a Dr. Manhattan. But no, you can hear Metropolis's ravings pretty easily. Mars looks frightened by now. Not to any significant degree, but, he's being attacked by the Freedom League for no reason, according to him.
All right. I also just heard a tree get uprooted.
Yes, you did.
Right.
Guess who did that?
I...
You have a window. You can see who did that.
But not from here.
No, he cannot really see through the window from there.
No.
Yeah,
He
like
can see a little bit to the right of Dr. Metropolis.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I understand, the window is...
About there, yeah.
Come on. Ah, there.
Yeah, about right there.
Okay. I am going to just quickly make a...
I can't have fun too? No,
Come on, you know you want to help the handicapped woman get out of the building.
Well, see,
yeah, she
yes,
has a
I will
really
help
favorite
the
line. I mentioned
handicapped
we have a
woman
+2
out
in
of
pretty
the
much all times.
building if I'm headed out of the building. Right now, I'm
Well, that's-
rolling for, do I think I could actually get away versus do I need to stand my ground? So...
You did see Johnny Rocket come in here and release a barrage of punches so fast you thought they were just a flash. It's a killer.
It's,
Douchebag, gone.
yeah, it's well known that it's almost impossible to outrun Johnny Rocket, and Dr. Metropolis has been called the god of the cities at times.
So I'm
Getting
going to come
away
over to the
is-
window.
Technically possible, but ranging on extremely difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can teleport far enough away, maybe, but that's about it.
And you have to make sure you land outside of a city.
That too.
I just need to pull up the ranks and measures page to double check something here. Cubic feet, cubic feet, cubic feet. Perfect.
The window is broken, by the way.
Yep. And that's why I'm wearing shoes.
Yeah, that's what they're there for.
All right. I'm going to step over to there. Say, don't make me regret this to Mars. And I'm going to form a shield around us. It is simply hardened air, but now it is a dome around the two of us. It's fairly tight in here. It's only just big enough to hold us. But it is now a dome of hardened air that has toughness 22.
Is it visible?
There is an obvious distortion to the air, yes.
Mars will look around in confusion, but before he covers it as quickly as possible. And he'll remark that, I didn't know you had any talents of that sort.
Yeah, well, I try not to put on airs.
Probably for the best, but hopefully it will make things easier after this is sorted out.
Carry on.
Still fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put on, you bastard. I'm gonna do this tree now.
I just didn't want to comment. It was pain.
Johnny Rocket. Johnny will glance over at where Chiyomi, ran off to after failing to hit him. And then he'll look towards the Red Duke with his giant tree.
No, come punch me. Let's see what happens. If you couldn't hurt her, you're wasting your time, son.
And then he'll look back to where there's a weird distortion in the air over that window he just went through.
I'm gonna go punch that.
Yes, he is indeed going to go punch that.
Hey.
So he'll skirt the Duke because he can.
Because he can, yes.
And he's going to try and hit the shield, which hitting it, I suppose, isn't the problem.
No,
Nope.
You just have to roll not a 5, I think, or something.
Yeah, he needs
Just
to
roll.
roll not a 1.
Just roll not a 1. I'll just roll a d20 then.
No, I mean, like, you have to hit AC 5 or defense 5, whatever it is.
Inanimate
he
objects
has
have
5.
AC 0 in this system.
So don't roll a 1, literally. Okay.
Yeah, he's fine. So, on damaging objects, the object still needs to roll toughness, yes?
Yep,
Mhm.
it does. It just has a really high toughness.
Yeah,
Then
that
roll
works,
me the
that
toughness.
works the same as
Yeah,
that works the same as my bubble.
Yeah, except my bubble has impervious 22 as well.
Unless you're doing rank 10 damage, and his bubble doesn't give a fuck.
He needs to do rank 11 damage to penetrate.
Oh, yeah, 11. Yeah, that's right, 11.
Then he does indeed bounce off of it.
Boing.
He hits at it a few times, frowns at it, frowns at you, and then runs back. Runs down to his companions over here. Duke!
Listen, I don't want to have to flatten you with this tree fella. What is your problem with him? He's not done anything.
You have no idea the atrocities he's
Yes,
committed.
Then explain them and stop shooting things, and I might not have to hit you with a tree.
You're a crony, you'll never listen to a word I say. It's more important to bring him to justice.
It's more important to tell me what the hell's going on. I'm no crony. You gotta
He's
recognize
kind
me.
of ignoring you now.
Okay, ignore the tree. Maybe this will knock him goddamn sense into him. Okay, all out attack, because they're not going to have trouble hitting me. So that's a 5, so plus 12 to hit. Uh, 17 versus his parry. Did not roll well.
Yeah, Dr. Metropolis is kind of ducks and
Can
dodges the tree
Okay,
hit.
I have heroic efforts. My vaguest memory is that I can use them to reroll, right?
How many do you
Have
have
any?
now?
I have 2. I used 1 for my thing, and I have 2 others. 1 for because we all got an extra, and 1 other because apparently my leaping out a window was awesome enough to
Yes.
warrant 1.
Yeah.
So I have 2 more. I'm vaguely remembering what they do, but I don't remember where to look it up.
Checking.
They're like heroic. They're called heroic efforts, or what are they called?
You
figured it
can,
was.
if you roll it before I've announced the outcome of it.
Oh well, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Improve roll. You may take the better of 2 rolls. You must spend the victory point before. Okay, before he announces. Well, I was gonna re-roll it because it's a crap roll, but.
Well, say it a bit quicker, I suppose.
All right, I guess I'll just pass on it for now. I guess there's nothing else I can do with it. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So, Dr. Metropolis does kind of... He ducks like a limbo player, dodging that tree.
Tree.
Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it either.
Weird. I'm attacking you with nature. You should be bothered by nature.
Not quite how that works.
Is this not your weakness? Wham, 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 wham. Yeah, that was my turn, I guess. Oh wait, I want to
Yeah.
finish moving.
Well, sure. Just remember you can only move half right now.
No, I just wanted to get me between me and him. That's all. Like you don't want to have a straight line.
Sure.
Plus, that means Mr. Arrow Man technically has to shoot through his friend right now, but that'll change. My turn is done. All right, that's all I could do. I'm gonna look at what these heroic effort things do. Or victory points, sorry.
It is now Seven's turn. Seven is going to point her hand in the general area of the Duke.
Oh, do I get a save against her, whatever the hell that stuff was before?
That was your dodge resistance check.
No, I mean, like, is it just stick on me the rest of the fight, or
Oh, yes.
is
That's
it one of
a
those
good
things
thing
I get
check.
to roll against?
Oh,
or...
yes, you can either, what was it? You can try to break the hold by bursting free with strength, if that applies, or
Does.
snare, or
Or sleight of hand.
yeah, slipping out
Guess
of
what
it.
I'm doing?
Yeah, go ahead and
It
it's based on damage, it says.
Damage ranks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same either way. I only use strength for damage rank.
Yeah, so roll that.
I rolled what I ranked. Weird.
Just making sure that'll be the DC. That does indeed be the DC. So yes, you have broken the snare.
He just pulls his feet and snaps the magic, like, weird chords. Thud, thud, thud.
It dissipates as soon as he manages to pull his mechanized feet free. But Seven is still pointing her hand at the Duke, or kind of in the general area.
That area-ish can explode, you know, just around there.
Well, it's not going to explode, but the ground is moving again.
Son of a bitch.
I'm just seeing how much of the ground she can move.
Follow the ground.
Ah, she can move 25 tons.
I'm not that heavy.
Well, no, she's not moving you.
Well, 25 tons of ground is a lot of ground.
Mm-hmm.
if this is a move,
This is a move object.
move object, you see after counting his weight out of it because he is being carried.
Well, no, she's not moving the ground under him.
Oh, okay.
She is just moving ground to come out of the ground and come on top of him.
Move as bury.
Yes.
Okay. Give me just a second to double check.
I'm checking it myself. But yeah, I mean, I don't know right now.
Let's see here. The dry bulk density of a mineral soil, this is topsoil, so it'll be a little lighter, is 1.6 kilos per liter. Between 1 and 1.6 kilos per liter. This
Well-
is a nice, rich garden, so I'd ballpark it at 1.3 personally.
But it's important to note that her movement is determined by weight.
Yes. So, knowing that we're working with 1.6 kilos per liter, you need to know how many liters you can move, right?
Yes, 1.6 kilos, you said?
Mm-hmm. Just trying to bury him?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're making you're trying to pile a hemisphere of dirt. How
That,
big?
she can move 250 tons.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite a few kilograms, looks like.
Ooh.
Kilograms are more than tons by the magic of, because their system is better,
Are they?
from what I remember.
A kilogram is 2.2 pounds.
Yeah. that's
Almost
Oh,
exactly.
kilogram. I thought you said
Actually.
kiloton. Never mind. I thought you said kilotons. That's different.
So a kilogram, like 250 tons, like 220,000 kilograms around there.
Yep. Divided by 1.6 gives us liters. 141,747. And alpha volume of a hemisphere with the diameter. There we go.
Take this, teenagers who want to get into this game system.
And
But in any case,
size of this hemisphere is... Hmm. That might be enough to immobilize him, but it's not actually enough to cover him. That makes a... Oh, hold up. I asked for radius. Okay, where's my drawing tool?
I'm gonna fall in a hole.
Yes, you are.
At least I'll have a nice tree over me.
Yeah, you're gonna fall in a hole, dirt's gonna fall on you, and there's gonna be a tree where you were.
And I'm just gonna.
And go down the hole.
Then Trunkman come running out of the hole because he found hell and is now Hell Truck Ghost Man.
Okay,
You're
so...
Ghost Rider.
Now I'm part Ghost Rider, part Iron Man, part fucking Optimus Prime, one of the most awesome goddamn thing ever.
there we
Ghost
go.
Rider Prime.
It
that's
makes
the
a
one.
hemisphere 13 feet in radius.
Bye, Dr. Metropolis.
He can fly.
Yeah, I figured. Is there something I can do about this, or am I just going in a hole?
You're just going in a hole.
In the hole I go. Thud.
If it
How deep is the hole?
was your own... If you could move your own size to safety, then you could make a dodge roll, but no, you can't. You...
Well,
Not
how
right
deep
now.
is the hole is the question now.
it's only your height. 13 feet.
No, well,
13.3702 feet.
Thank you for giving me cover. Now my tree covers me completely. There is no way for anyone to shoot me. Yay. I am safe.
For all
In my
that low
hole.
ground cover, huh?
I have a foxhole.
Yeah, that's not gonna help you very much.
Well, no, if I have a tree, and considering the size of the tree, I have to, in order to continue holding it, has to be above me. So I have quite a lot of cover. From any direction that isn't like shooting down, even then you gotta miss the tree. So
Yes, you realize that on her next turn, she's going to be covering you.
I can punch. I don't need to breathe. So not my problem. Hey, cool, I'm covered. Even more cover. Go for it.
Uh-huh. In any case, Janine, what are you going
I
to
have
do
buried
now
the
that
mecha. The
doors
mecha
are now
bursts out.
walls?
Oh yeah, the tree is gone. I have the tree. It's my tree.
I was going to leave it until we decided where to put it, but...
It's in my hands. That's where it is.
I know, we would have to put it down at some point.
Fuck you. I'm never putting it down. It's my tree forever. It's my new weapon.
Janine, what are you doing?
I still don't consider this to be any of my problem. So, my ring is going to take over. I expend heroic effort to get an extra standard action. Use my first action to transform into hero form, and my second action with my move action to teleport the fucking 4 miles the fuck away from here.
Oh, right, not exactly heroic.
Nope. Vizes.
She's still new to this. Give her time.
I'm not fighting the Freedom League. It's not. I'm not an idiot.
Well, you are now on the other side of the unapproachable blackness.
That is the boundaries of the
Pisces.
universe. Why do we always have at least one character who just doesn't fight? That's twice now.
Mm-hmm.
Here, Ian, feel free to convert that into an object token.
Which one?
Uh,
I'm not sure which that you were referring to.
this tree that needs to be just a touch larger. There we go. I shall plant it on the Duke.
I don't see anything that's changed. Ah, there we are.
Probably still side-loading.
Yes,
broccoli.
it has appeared now.
It's magic. I bravely ran away.
Yeah.
I surrounded Mars just so that I can try and negotiate a ceasefire here.
I will say good luck with that running away thing. Because you teleported away, you're still in the city, right?
How big's the city?
Well, I have a map.
I'm not
Let's go find
entirely
out.
sure. Yeah, we do have a map.
I'm not entirely sure. Your knowledge
What's a
of the
paladin?
land shall be great.
We have a map on the map tools.
Okay, this city is at least 20, maybe even 30. Well, it's stretched out as the thing. It's not like all city. The closest thing that's not a city would be the alien forest to us, which is at least 3, 6, 12 miles at most, 9 at least. And the Elysian Forest is
You
distinctly
said
not.
you're going, what, 4 miles away?
That's the maximum limit of my teleport. Yeah.
For now, you would be on the outskirts of the city, but still in the city.
She'd likely be in University Hill, at least if I'm remembering this right.
Yeah, the scale on the map is actually is close enough to makes no difference. Every 10 units here on the map is a mile, so 40 units is 4 miles.
Yeah, there is still city in the Elysian Forest. It's just a forest.
Yeah, it's not. It's actually pretty wild in some
Suburbs.
places, according to the. Well, no, I thought the Elysian Forest was like that big, wild, like nature preserve mentioned in the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, like there is, if you get to Elysian Forest, there's injectedly squat that Mr. Metropolis can do to you.
Well, no, he still has jurisdiction over that because that is part of Emerald City.
I suppose. I mean, like in
No,
a
I'm
power
telling
sense.
you, this is true.
Yeah, I'm going to teleport to there for now. I'm pointing on the big map.
I'm not speculating that Dr. Metropolis can do this. I'm saying this is the thing he can do.
So
Doesn't mean she can't start running now and have to
Yeah,
take a few
I'm
turns to do it.
yeah, I'm over here, which puts me right on the outskirts of town. So one more and I can get away. But yeah.
But on the plus side, Metropolis is not there for Omega, which means that you're going to be kind of bored for this session, Brad.
That's fine. I'm out of here.
My turn last week. It's Brad's turn this week.
Yeah.
It will never
Next
be my
week,
turn. I refuse not to be involved. Plus, I can't run away like the rest of you buttholes can.
Next week the Duke's going to run away.
I'm not. I refuse. Even if the scenario would make him run away, I just bloody well refuse. Someone's in danger. Someone innocent. I refuse to move.
So Dr. Metropolis will just kind of
Walk
leave.
over the. Yeah. Well, he
Well,
could
yeah.
leave even if I was standing next to him. That's the weird part about this system.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
A, I have no reason to fight the Freedom League, and B, I didn't really want to come here in the first place.
I'm
So he'll
not
step
saying it's
over
not a
here.
character.
So he'll step over to here, look at this bubble of air that Alan has made,
Ah, air is not part of cities.
and he'll step through the wall because that is what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll hold out a hand towards the air bubble, and spikes will come down from the ceiling to strike it.
Alrighty.
This is a damaging move object of 12.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so you do actually need to roll resistance.
Yep. Toughness rolling.
Yeah, you got a 20, so the bubble holds up.
Bing.
They crack, and they actually stay on top of the bubble, but they don't do any damage to it.
Yep.
He continues to glare at you.
This is like the perfect duel of powers. I love it.
Mars hiding behind your servants as always.
I'll respond to that properly on my turn.
Chiome.
I'm insulted. I'm not a servant.
So Seven's flying currently, right?
Yes, 7 is flying.
How high?
It's about 20 feet.
Oh, that's
You
no
can jump
problem.
that.
She's just flying because she likes to have her feet off the ground when she's moving it.
So insert one, leaping ninja woman.
I'll go turn on the frickin' Attack on Titan music again. Go for the neck.
Are you attacking or
Oh,
flanking?
she's just
or-
gonna hit her.
Just gonna hit her. Alright. Do you have multi-attack on that?
Yep.
You should.
Okay.
Unless you succeed by 3 or more. It's just a +2 to the difficulty.
No, you need to have a second degree of success to add +2 to the damage
Yeah,
resistance.
and then
Oh,
plus 3, then 3
yeah,
degrees
plus
of
1 does
success
nothing.
gives you a +5.
Right, okay. Sorry. Multi-attack is weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just trying to simplify rolling 5 attacks versus hitting harder.
So, a success of... Yeah, okay. That is 3 degrees of success.
So that's a +5, isn't it?
Yes. What is
And
your
the
damage
base,
ranks?
the base is +6 because it's strength.
So 6,
No,
then
what's
you
your
add
damage rank? Just the rank of 6?
Yeah.
So I had 5 for a rank of 11.
Which means a total damage rank of 26. Okay.
Yep.
Resist. Well, it's the DC,
Toughness.
yes.
Yeah, it's toughness
Yes.
to resist. 26. Roll a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1.
She takes the slashes, but doesn't seem to be any worse for wear from it.
You ruined her cloak, you bastard.
Pretty much.
Seeing if that matters for secondary effect. Or not.
Question. Is it obvious kind of, like, did she just seem to move out of the way? Is it not clear what prevented her from being flashed? Like, is it obvious she's invulnerable? Like, what's going on there?
It seems like some kind of magical protection, but it's nothing that she actively did, so it seems just like her normal defenses.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay. So it's nothing that penetration 6 is going to pierce?
No.
Okay.
Out of character, she rolled well.
Also, I'm going to remind you, penetration 6 just means people with invulnerable
Wait.
toughness.
Hold on, I'm
6.
sorry, I'm dumb. I'm dumb.
Alright, well, you're dumb.
Did you
Oh,
include
yeah,
the...
let's-
I rolled the... I did, yeah.
Yes.
So, you did hit her.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You hit
Well,
her.
How many
with
degrees
2
of
degrees of
success?
success.
Oh, there you go. It's a bruise and a thing.
Bruised and dazed, I believe.
Yep. Dazed for 1 round.
So you slap through and leave a pretty decent cut over both arms of hers. Which, considering she has to move her arms around a lot to use her magic, that's saying something. Where are you going to move now?
She's still jumping, so she's going to, I guess, land and then kind of flank. Also, that is has secondary effect on it, so she has to take a second resist next turn or take damage again.
Okay.
So make mark of that number, I guess.
The 26
Your-
DC?
26, yeah. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes, sir.
Bowman will grin at Chiyomi as she runs past and kind of waggle his eyebrows at her.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Rolling eyes.
Aw, don't be like that, baby. I can show you a good time.
The power of his eyebrows is so great, it goes through his bandana.
It does.
That is some impressive eyebrows, sir.
I think he's next.
I mean, come on. The
Hey, you
family's
wanna know how to
gotta be a
instantly
better
beat this guy?
possibility than Mars.
I'll tell you how to instantly beat this guy. It's very simple. Cut his bowstring. Victory is yours.
Hmm.
She'd be pretty funny.
That's literally how you would beat this guy. You cut his bowstring, and he either has to restring it, which is likely an action, or he doesn't do jack shit.
In any case, Bowman will,
I'm on the ground. Good luck shooting me, sucker. This works for me. I'm good.
No, he'll turn towards Chiome now. Apparently, his banter does not necessarily preclude him attacking her.
Mm-hmm.
We're superheroes. We always banter while we're beating the stupid out of each other. It's just a thing.
So he'll actually run towards Chiome, leap and flip over her, and as he is directly above her, fire an arrow down at her face. Luckily, it does not seem to actually be a pointed arrow, but there's some manner of electrical contraption on the end of it.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, that just ain't cricket.
So I want you to make me a fortitude roll.
No chance of dodge? Or
Nope.
did he beat her passive dodge?
He beat her passive dodge.
Okay, carry on.
Really, because he rolled extraordinarily well. So that should be a d20 plus 8.
Yeah, I keep getting confused on the plus 10 on the passive.
Okay, 17. Congratulations, you have resisted it.
Yay!
The arrow
Bing.
strikes your face, and
Bounces the fuck off.
you are shocked with some electricity for a few seconds, but apparently was aimed slightly inexpertly, and it falls off of you.
Hawkeye, this is not.
Now that you see it on the ground, you could tell that this has been some kind of taser arrow. If it had actually hit you, it might have caused difficulties.
It failed to bite into the skin and didn't stay long enough to short circuit your legs.
Just rude is what it is.
He continues to grin at her even with the failed attempt, and he'll actually fire a grappling hook and jump up to here.
Alright.
Alan,
All right, Mr. Mr.
his name
Cityman.
is Dr. Metropolis.
Oh, I know.
Hmm.
But his character doesn't, because he completely flubbed.
Look, Mr. Cityman, we're not Mars's flunkies, toadies, henchmen, anything. Just, we were here talking to him. He got ambushed less than 20 minutes ago by some faux characters, and we were just here talking to him because we were at the scene of an accident that his company was involved in earlier today. We're not exactly standers-by, but we don't have anything to do with him.
He is affecting even my mind. You are under his control as well. You hear that, Mars? I'm not going to speak to you through a mouthpiece.
All right,
Mars just
all right,
kind of
fine.
looks frightened.
What do you plan on doing here?
We'll take you and take you back to the police. From there, we'll have a quick trial and you will be put to justice.
Nothing he says. No. Everything is wrong about that sentence.
Uh-huh. Feel free to make any kind of rolls you like.
Yeah, it's not my strongest suite, but yep.
Yeah.
He's all three.
Thing is, even from that, you could tell something's not all right in there. He's playing with a few cards short of a deck.
Okay.
One could assume this is not his normal state, or he wouldn't be on the Freedom League.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to do anything?
I am, but I'm trying to figure out what.
Okie dokie.
Get me out of this hole.
For the record, while Mars is frightened, he is not outwardly looking frightened. He's got to maintain that appearance, you know?
Yes.
Wow, he's really desperate to do that.
It's not really something he does consciously anymore.
Wear the suit
I'm not
long
allowed to have
enough, and
emotions.
eventually the suit starts wearing you.
Hmm.
He is robot.
Yeah.
Okay. As I don't know anything about this guy's mode of teleportation in character, but I do know he travels semi-teleportation. Yeah, sounds fair enough, Brad. You'll be able to catch up on the session video anyways.
Yeah.
How nice of
Serial,
Bowman to concede his escape.
Hmm.
But thanks, Bowman. Bye.
Well,
I'll catch up. I'll catch up on the session log. I'm just. I have to work every Sunday now, so.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Hey, have a good one.
I'll see you guys next week.
bye.
Night.
All right.
Fine. We try things. Sometimes they even work. I'm going to let the shield I'm currently forming around myself and Mars dissolve.
Before you do, remember there are still spikes on top of it.
They're just extruded out of the ceiling, right?
They have fallen from the ceiling. Whatever Metropolis can do, he is holding them upright still.
Hmm.
So they're kind of balancing on their points atop your shield.
Okay. Over myself, Mars, or both?
Mars.
How deadly do they look? You said rank 12, didn't you?
Yes. They're not necessarily pointy, but they're definitely heavy.
Yeah. Just a moment, just need to double check something. I don't have linked, so I can't move this shield as though I had move object with specific to created shields. But I can change the shape. Hold on just a second. Need to see my wife off, and then I'll be back.
Okay.
Depending on how this goes, I may or may not have to use my victory point for something both awesome and risky.
Well, we'll see.
You should do it anyway, just because of that description.
It is pretty awesome.
This game's basically ruled by the rule of cool anyway.
Yeah.
It is. I do everything in my power to make, everything I do just really thematic and cool.
Any simple geometric shape or common object. But the GM has final say whether a particular object is too complex. Alright, it'll drop the toughness a little if I succeed. What would you like me to do to envision a 3-cell honeycomb?
That's not exactly difficult to imagine. But I suppose this is to make sure that the integrity of it doesn't fall at any point during it.
Well, I need to drop the toughness by 1 point, by 1 more rank, so to 21, in order to get the extra volume I need.
Okay.
So the only difficulty is I want to form a 3-cell honeycomb so that all 3 of us are trapped in separate cells of this shield.
Right.
We're going to discuss this like men in boxes.
Would I have you make any kind of roll for that?
You don't have to have me make such a roll, but it's not that complex a shape.
No, it really isn't. You can go ahead and just do that.
Okay.
I will...
He does get to attempt to dodge, and the DC for that is 31.
That is a difficult dodge to make. He'll notice it forming and try to step back, but ultimately fails and bumps into the back wall before he can get away.
Now we are going to talk about this until you calm down.
And actually fucking explain what the hell you're doing.
And
why.
Alan fails to come up with a what if, pardon, with an or else. You calm your tits, and tell them to calm theirs too, if pretty please.
You would attempt to contain Dr. Metropolis in Emerald City?
Yes.
Well,
ego.
I do have your feet up off the floor. Was kind of hoping that mattered.
Not particularly.
Just worth
But
a
in any
shot.
case, it's not his turn.
Yes.
I can't do my awesome thing now.
Was kind
Oh,
of hoping
no,
that
okay, I
he
can't.
needed, contact with a part of the city.
No, he's kind of cheaty.
Okay. Carry on.
Johnny Rocket.
Wait, does that mean he didn't earn that doctorate?
I believe you all would have noticed by now, Dr. Metropolis is not made of flesh. He looks more like a statue.
He may or may. Oh. Okay. I don't think he's that powerful, but we might be fucking with Dr. Manhattan here.
Or he's just not actually here?
I think we're
There's that
more
too. He could
dealing
be
with
just
the
made
statue of
of some-
Horatio Nelson.
He could just make more of himself out of city parts or something creepy. What hero does that? I swear there's a hero who can just replicate himself. That would be Ultron, sort of. No, Ultron just makes copies, not really himself, over and over.
Doombots.
Everyone to
Close. It's close, I guess.
Anyways, Johnny Rocket.
Johnny Rocket.
Johnny Rocket. You want to go dig the Duke up and waste your time, or actually go do something useful, Rocket Man?
Duke isn't buried yet.
Oh, and so let's decide this now, and I forgot to mention last time. Yes, I'm taking the +2 bonus to attack, not defense. I have to decide now.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's how the advantage works, where Urban is the favorite trait.
Yeah. I have to make a guess. I can't predict and react, afterward.
Johnny's
As soon as Comet begins, you're like, bah.
Johnny's gonna come blazing by Chiome here, because apparently they're focusing on her now.
A poor decision.
Maybe I shouldn't have bloodied one of them.
So he'll come running past to try to punch her in the face multiple times, as he does.
Completely ungentlemanlike.
Just rude is what it is.
Like I said, it's important to note that Johnny Rocket is not being his normal bantering self. He's normally about as bantery as Bowman.
Chiome,
Something's
I am
going
going to
on.
be so glad when you're killed in the great purge of 2071.
Oh, fuck, I just broke reality again.
That's okay, I'll
Besides-
lead it myself.
Yeah, he hits her quite a bit.
Uh-oh.
Make a resistance. Oof.
Oh, that'll stop
Yeah.
rank 0 damage.
Toughness sucks.
All right, let's see.
Am I supposed to be adding the 10 for the toughness on this?
Nope.
No.
Okay, now making sure I'm not screwing this up.
Yeah. No, my
That,
shield is
uh,
ridiculously tough because it's ridiculously tough. But
How does jumping work in this?
All right, so he got 3 degrees of success on damaging you.
Ow.
Yeah.
all right. So she is. There we go. She is staggered, meaning dazed and hindered, and that does not recover automatically. She will have to use a recover action or something that heals injuries off of her in order to get rid of the staggered condition.
And she gets a bruise. Cause,
And another bruise.
And a
Yep.
bruise. And if she gets staggered again, that automatically upgrades to incapacitated.
And he'll zip back over here.
I do what I want. Okay, I need to know whether or not I can do this. So it's as deep as I am tall, so I'm just kind of standing there. Can I get out? I mean, I'm not covered, so do I just walk out? Like, what does this work? I have a thing if you want me to. I actually have. I want. This is the rule of cool, so it doesn't say I could do this, but let's roll with it. Can I use a victory point for Duke to launch himself with the power of his sheer strength out of the hole and use his tree to whack 7 out of the air, like just leap, like Hulk leap out of there to whack her out of the air?
So, hold up. Vertical jump.
Vertical and horizontal because I want to go forward still. So
Yeah,
yes,
you're making a running vertical jump.
apparently yes.
The height you can gain is an athletics check divided by 5.
Okay,
Go ahead and check that.
all right. So that divided by 5, that's 5. No wait. I mean, that's good. I just want to use a victory point to get myself out of the damn hole if I have to, which I will. I just don't know how that mechanically works.
It's a half dome of only 13-foot radius. It's
You can really just
steep
kinda
at the
climb out.
edges, but yeah,
Just climb out.
it might count as difficult terrain around the rim, but that only slows you a little.
Yeah, Seven was mostly hoping that her teammates would be able to hold you for a minute, but they got a bit distracted by Chiome.
I think between you, the length of your tree, and the extra
Yes, you
5
can hit
feet of
her
air
just
you're
fine.
getting.
This is my tree. Say hello to my tree. His name is Tree. Beard. So
Yes,
all out attack
now.
because I have no reason not to.
How will that affect the damage?
Oh, I already know how that works, but I need to hit her first.
Okay, yep.
Does a 20 hit her parry?
It does.
Okay, she is struck. Okay, so normally my damage is rank 13. That's just me hitting something. However, I'm using a big heavy thing now. So you take the mass of that object. It's a pretty big tree. I don't know how much this tree actually weighs. I'm going to assume it's like mass rank 200 pounds. No, sorry, no, not that. Mass rank. What mass rank is? Okay, let me get the mass rank table out.
Trees are heavy things. This is probably going to be mass rank. Mass rank. The decorative tree. It's probably going to be either a 5 or a 6. More likely a 5.
It's a pretty big one compared to the other ones.
I'm gonna go with 5.
Yeah,
So
5.
what do you
Okay,
do
so
with
it's
it?
1,600 pounds. So basically, that adds literally 5 ranks to my damage because I'm hitting you with a big fat. Like it's actually in the main book where they go into what happens if you hit someone with, like, let's say, a tanker. You take the mass of the object and you add that to your damage ranks because you're being hit with a big heavy thing.
Okay, so what is your DC? With
Now,
plus 5?
thanks to having that plus 5, it's 18.
That's not your DC.
Add 15 to that. It's
Oh,
33.
sorry, add 15 more. 30, whatever. Damn it. 18 plus 15 is 33? Yeah, 33.
33, okay.
This is my tree. His name is Barky.
You hit her, but she only takes 1 degree of damage.
What are you made of, woman?
Magic.
Well, you
And
take it-
some kind of
she has
force
one
field
bruise
embedding.
already. Does that help?
Yes,
Sure,
she
yes.
has 1. Actually, you're right. That does put it up to 2 degrees of success.
Ah, victory is mine. And
So
she's
she's
already been
double
dazed.
Well,
And double daze.
her days
really
was
sweet.
going to end, and now,
Well, she
now
hadn't
she's
actually
just going to
gotten her
stay
turn yet.
dazed.
Tree! I will point out, that was toughness, so she definitely took it.
Mhm.
Because thing is, I don't know whether or not I think the tree is fine for now, but it also points out that some objects after a couple hits will kind of disintegrate depending on what you're hitting. She failed though, so she's technically not like just taking it. So the tree doesn't break immediately. It'll break after like 3 or so hits. I think it is for trees. I need to go look this up again.
Yep.
I did
Just
a lot
link
of
us,
looking
but
this up.
I'm fairly sure a tree is not going to break on one human being. after
No,
one
no,
hit.
it rules that if the human being is supernaturally tough and they take nothing from it when you hit him with a tree, then the tree has to take a toughness test and not like shatter because you're like hitting an object that
Right.
is just.
It
But since
hurt
she
her.
failed by 2 degrees, the tree is fine.
Yes.
It may not be fine forever. If I keep whacking her, even if I'm succeeding, I'm still hitting a pretty dense off to the
It's her
tree.
turn.
Like,
Yes.
yes, it is. Eat tree. Mmm, tasty leaves. It looks like a herbivore.
So she doesn't say anything to you. She just kind of like glances over to where Metropolis got trapped, apparently, and then flies straight the fuck up. I'll move her back 5 feet just to signify that she is in a different position.
That's fine. How high up?
Well, she can fly at 30 miles per hour, I believe.
I'm still wondering how high.
Yeah, she could fly at 30 miles per hour. That's flight 4.
500 feet.
Yeah, she's going as high as she can, straight up.
Hey, lady, guess what? I can throw a tree that high. More trees!
Maybe on your turn.
I know, I'm being silly.
Janine is no longer here. I'll move from initiative.
I've been supplied with ammunition. I'm gonna use it.
Dr. Metropolis
In his box.
is angry.
In his box.
Damn it, man! Show me that I can trust you to carry out justice, and
You
I
just come in
will
here
let
screaming
you.
psycho sounds. Sorry, I don't trust crazy people who scream evil. Like freaking.
I show no trust to servants of Mars.
I am no servant of Mars.
Ha! You expect me to believe that?
Yes, I put him in a box too.
Checking really quick. Yes, that's what I thought. With that, he pulls his cloak around him fully, and he kind of shrivels up into nothing until he vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
And he appears right outside.
Because I can do that.
Cheater.
Yeah, well, he's not in the Freedom League for nothing here.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is as he's raising his hand to do something else, probably. One would assume he's not just making dramatic gestures.
I don't know, with his level of insanity?
Just
I
hands.
Damn it. You can all hear someone starting to speak from a megaphone on top of the building that Mars and Alan are currently in. Not quite.
Wah, wah, wah.
Not really what I had in mind.
Purdy, purdy, purdy.
No,
We'll keep making
no,
up
I don't
stuff until you
think
tell
so.
us.
No, it's simply a woman's voice saying, "Stand down."
She's talking
Obviously, Alan and Mars have no idea who it could be, just from the voice.
Mm-hmm.
But the Duke and Giome look up to see another member of the Freedom League, the one known as Raven.
Batman.
Not quite a Batman XP.
That's so
Nightwing.
Raven.
Maybe a Nightwing XP. Maybe Nightwing crossed with Batwoman.
Batman Beyond in the TG universe.
My brain hurts.
But Raven
This is so
yells
many
to stand
confused things.
down. Metropolis looks
Oh,
confused.
okay, so that's their Batman. Okay. I know the situation now.
Metropolis looks confused. Seven hovers there in midair, holding her head.
And a few, like, twigs are stuck in her hair, probably.
Yeah, her cape is pretty messed up. Johnny
is holding a
Rocket comes
tree.
running back over to see what's going on, and Bowman watches with curiosity from the building he finds himself in.
Kiyomi's like, my leg! What did he punch in my leg?
Metropolis is staring up for a little bit, and then after a few seconds of heavy confusion on his face, he just kind of falls over and collapses.
Yeah,
I didn't mean literally. Christ,
You
man.
didn't have... Should I put the tree down?
Raven's attention doesn't seem to be fully on you. But now that she's made her announcement, she does jump off of the building and kind of float back down to the ground.
Just have my tree ready.
She glares over at where Johnny Rocket and Bowman are and yells for them to get over here, which they do. Johnny kind of being there the moment she opens her mouth. Bowman taking a little bit longer, and he winks at Chiyomi as
Poor
he
beat
goes
up
by.
Chiyomi.
Yeah, he
Claire.
winks at her, though, because he's a fucking asshole.
Duke chimes up as he's just kind of waltzing over. I hate to be, pardon me, miss, but the fuck. I do hate to pose and be a bother,
Yes,
but
yes,
I just had to whack around poor Seven with the tree.
Yes, Seven, if you could get down here.
Promise I won't whack you
And-
again, as long as you don't do whatever the hell it is you do.
Then Seven does fly down, though still obviously a bit out of it.
I keep my tree close.
It's your only friend.
Right
Now,
now, yes.
Raven looks between the members of the Freedom League that are there and points to both the Red Duke and Alan. This is the Red Duke and one Alan Priest. They are not known Mars Tech employees, nor are they known any kind of supervillain connections.
I've been saying that this whole mess started, and not one of them apparently watches the news.
Yes, well, we are trained to follow our commanding officer's orders in the field, which in this case is Dr. Metropolis. Which,
Even when it becomes a
Seven,
gibbering-
could you...
Just complete madness filling from the mouth.
Raven waves her hand, and Seven goes over to look at Dr. Metropolis with the orders of try and figure out what's happened.
I look over. Kiyomi, is that you? You alright?
This could be this thing where all your characters can't pronounce my characters' names.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Kiyomi? Chiyomi?
Chiyome.
Oh, Chiyomi.
Chiyome.
Chi. Well, I don't know that particular language well, pardon me.
It's not a language. CH is in pretty much every language.
I mean, I can get the May part. That is distinctly Japanese pronunciation. Damn it.
So,
Chiyome.
at this point,
I did the May part fine.
Go ahead.
Raven will walk over to the window and, Mr. Priest, could you lower this barrier, please?
Hey, fine by me. I've been trying to tell him. I don't have nothing to do with this guy. Drops it, takes a step back, puts it back up around only himself.
And she steps into the room and looks at Mars.
Ninja kicks his head off.
Could we speak, please? Mars continues to look as confused as he allows himself to be, but nods. And they act to move towards the door, which isn't there.
If y'all have trouble getting out of the box, I can make a hole.
Raven just kind of sighs and shakes her head. No, we'll be fine. Thank you, Duke.
You're welcome.
She
Uh,
actually pulls a cutting torch from her belt and makes a hole rather quickly.
Where are you? I mean,
Just a
I'd
moment,
like to be
please.
included in whatever madness just happened, if you don't mind. It was.
Mars looks back towards you. It will be just a moment. We have things to discuss.
Alright.
Ralph, you were involved in the madness. Just
I'd
calm
like
your
an
servos.
explanation. I want an explanation
So,
for the madness, my friend.
They're off speaking. Seven is a bit busy looking over Dr. Metropolis, but Johnny Rocket pokes his head in through the window and gives Alan a kind of sheepish smile. Hey, sorry about all that. It was, we run into a lot of mind control and innocent people being used as fodder sort of deal. We learn not to listen to what people say a lot.
Yeah, I know
Why
where you're
were you
coming
at?
from with that.
Bowman, for his part, comes over to the Duke first.
The Duke is trying to replant the tree and has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
Bowman looks at it. Yeah, you could probably leave that where it is.
Suppose I gotta. I do hate having to wreck the city, though, every time I get into a tussle.
Yeah, sorry about the arrow marks on there.
Nothing. They'll buff right out. You didn't use anything. I ain't used to being shot at me. The hell are you using on those tips, boy? Because they sure as hell ain't the kind of metal I'm used to using. They ain't steel, though. Mind if I take a peek?
He grins at you. Maybe another time. Not the best situation right now, you know?
How long are they gonna take, you think?
Raven? I have not got a damn clue.
That's a pain in the ass. By the way, Chubby might come over and slap you, and she don't mean nothing by it. Damn it, I said it again. I said it right. Did I say it right
I
that
think
time?
you did, and you also don't know much about her.
I know her name, and she looks pissed, and she's walking towards us with the intent, so I'm like saying she might slap you, but she probably don't mean nothing by it. You did shoot her with an arrow.
Yeah, that one didn't do much. Kind of expected it to.
Shrugs. She's made of something tough.
Johnny, for his part, will nod at Alan and run over to Chioma himself. And he'll look at the bruise he left on her. Hey, sorry. If I'd known you were, the good guys, I wouldn't have hit you so hard.
Yeah, I seem to be getting that a lot today.
No hard feelings?
No, we're fine. I've had worse in training.
That's kind of a disconcerting statement, but alright.
So why'd y'all get all gung-ho? It's because something was wrong with your leader. Is he always like that? If he's always like that, something else is wrong with your leader. No offense.
Seven glances back from where she's working on him. Dr. Metropolis is usually the most quiet out of all of us.
So the hell? Then you must have known something was wrong when he starts going gibbering mad.
I assumed it meant that there was something particularly wrong with Mars.
I didn't peg Mars as the mind influence type, and even if he was, it wouldn't have done a thing to me.
Pardon?
Am I really that not famous amongst your little group? Yeah.
We're a bit busy with the more serious stuff, Bowman marks. Like, most of us aren't even on the planet.
Right, that whole thing. Right, I ain't gonna inquire about that, but I am gonna point this out. Mental influences don't do a damn thing on me. Like, at all, period. End of story.
Well, damn, that must be useful for you.
It was deliberate. You think, okay, name like the 5 ways you deal with me. 1, put me in a hole. 2, throw me into space. 3, influence the guy inside here. And, well, I negated 3. Working on the other 2.
Yeah, decent enough, I suppose. Bowman
It's
will
not-
walk away at that one just to go check on the building, although he never was inside there himself. He'll look at it, see Alan as well.
I'm gonna skirt the hole. Just sort of hang
Hey,
here.
everything all right in here?
Renovators are gonna have a hell of a time.
Yeah, I saw that.
I hope they're putting the door back where it came from.
I see Metropolis did his door-to-wall trick.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Yeah, I got me some questions about that wall. 1 second. I need to answer a small question about this wall.
Hmm?
You tuck the walls down?
When
There
Alan
is
came
a
into
hole in
this
it now,
room,
remember?
yes, there's a nice human-sized doorway burned in with a torch. When Alan came into this room, he walked around the perimeter, made a show of just knocking on it and looking for listening devices, and was actually lacing the walls with rebar.
Hmm.
When Metropolis made the door into a wall, did he extend the design of the wall that was there, and thus filled this new wall with rebar? Or is it
No.
the original design of the building?
It's not even the original design of the building. It's basically It looks like it's taken from somewhere else.
Kinda useful to know.
Metropolis is able to just change it to anything that is within the city.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of just picked the wall at random from any other building he could reach.
Lord of copy-paste.
Mm-hmm.
Must be handy with Minecraft servers. Anyways. Going to go back to casually leaning against this wall and surreptitiously transmuting a small rubber patch on it to act as a tympanic membrane so that any sounds in the adjacent room will be quietly echoed into this one.
Quietly echoed, I assume, so that only you can hear it.
I'm leaning on the wall right beside it.
Hmm. I'm assuming this is a thing he knows how to do.
It's something that that has a historic precedent, yes.
Kind of cutting in and out again.
It is something that has a historic precedent, yes.
Alright, go ahead. I'm not going to worry about it for right now.
Okay, it's just... Oh.
So, what you can hear Mars and Raven talking about in the other room, there's a few mentions of someone called the Commander. Who this is, you have no idea. It's not a name that's actually been thrown around in Emerald City before.
It's just a title anyways.
Well, yeah, but they say it like a name.
Mm-hmm.
And, checking that quick.
It's Russell Crowe.
Apparently, it was Captain Thunder, who is it's considered by some to be the leader of the Freedom League, others just to be, a high-ranking member. He's the one who sent them to check on Mars, originally. Dr. Metropolis going nuts was not part of the original plan. It's mentioned that the Freedom League is keeping an eye on Mars. And eventually it comes to the direct question of, did Mars have any involvement in the Silver Storm? Mars's direct answer is, I had no prior knowledge. I did not learn about it until it was on the news, and even then I made sure to arrive at the scene as quickly as possible. My intentions are only in the best interest of this city, and I can actually prove this to you as soon as we rejoin the others outside. Raven seems to take this at face value, whether, she actually trusts Mars or not. And the conversation seems to center around just the nature of the Silver Storm for a little bit. All things you've already figured out for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is only about a minute later that they leave that room and start heading to come back into the one that you are in now. That was weird. It opened my token. What about the person? Mars will move towards the window and ask if everyone but the Duke could come inside, please. Dr. Metropolis and Seven will stay outside because he's not really in a position to be moved other than being dragged.
I'll just use the window to watch and comment. It's fine.
Bowman will come in, stand with Raven, as will Johnny Rocket with a burst of his usual speed. Mars seems to need just a second to gather his thoughts, and he coughs once to himself.
Got some splaining to do.
So, perhaps this will help alleviate a few concerns. I've been working on putting together resources for a team of, let's call them hometown defenders for Emerald City. Given the lack of consistent heroic presence in the city, he nods towards the Freedom League members in the room, given how often they are off on more important tasks. And the
I
presence,
just got here.
yes, and the presence of organizations like Foe, and whoever or whatever is behind the explosion of one of those vans that caused the Silver Storm, I think it's high time we had our own group of defenders.
I'll point out that I've been going at it alone for almost, well, long enough, and you're dead right on there. I've not been contacted by any kind of group working for the right side of the matter.
Yes, we are a bit outnumbered in this city.
And now you definitely are after that storm.
Precisely.
The sort of people that come out of it ain't nice.
Hey, I'm used to dealing with people who worst threat they can turn against me is a shiv or a rifle. I'm welcome to have the big players take care of the big players.
So, to that end, I'd like to donate whatever resources are needed to get you set up as a team.
You being who now?
Mars just kind of looks at the Duke as if, giving him a second to realize the only people in this room that are not already part of an international league of heroes.
You're kidding, right? No offense to those in here, but I don't know jack squat about Mr. Priest over there, and Chiome. Said it right?
Just arrived.
Yes.
Chiome, he literally just
Yes.
fell out of the sky. So
I realize.
pardon me
But
if I'm
we
not
are
immediately
a
on
bit-
board.
We are in a bit of desperate times. And what is important to note is that even with this short misunderstanding with the Freedom League, I'll point out you managed to hold your own against the most powerful international league of heroes on the planet.
Shrug from the Duke.
Well, the 4 that were available. No offense.
Still, of you there were only 3, since the 4th, who was here, apparently decided to take her leave.
That's true. We were outnumbered. I suppose he's got a point. I'm not saying that you don't have ability, but let's see now. One of our members just ran off because it didn't bother her none and
Oh,
wasn't
believe
concerned
me.
over your safety. And no offense to Priest over there, but he didn't show up to the first round either. He had no way to get there, or didn't want to show. I don't know what's up with that.
There is
but...
plenty to be discussed, but if I could continue.
Yep, all right.
I do have connections in the city government, and with the League's help with Aegis, he nods to Raven, I believe we could have the bureaucratic things taken care of in short order. My people have been working on a headquarters in the top floors of Emerald Tower, complete with the very best technology I could put together for quite some time.
Huh. So now I'm tempted to just base purely on that. Your tech's good stuff.
I've been thinking about this for some time, and I've spoken with the local authorities in general terms. They have mixed feelings about an organized group of heroes taking up residence in the city, but they're open to it. I think with the chaos caused by the Silver Storm, they might be even more open to it.
Right. Well, it seems like you put enough thought into it. I'd be willing to give it a shot just to try and save lives, because I'll be frank, alone, I don't know if I can handle as much trouble as going to be brewing, especially with these faux people after us now.
Yes, I realize that none of you know each other, and you, Miss Chiome, seem to have just arrived to the city. But if you are willing to attempt this, we are in need of some dedicated group, even if, he nods to Alan, you are not always on the field. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and all that.
Okay. I got a request, though. If we're doing this, and I'm all for it, I don't know if they are, but I sure am. I do hope you have something that can fit a jet on top of that tower.
That should not be a problem.
Yeah, good. I just had to be sure. I have to get around somehow.
So I know there's a lot to work out, but Mr. Priest, thoughts?
I've lasted this long by keeping my head down.
You realize that you will already be known at this point. I'm not the only one who noted your presence at the Silver Storm.
Yeah. I'll see what it is you've got to offer, but you'll forgive me if I don't come leaping out at the opportunity.
Of course, a chance is all I ask, and your skills would be useful. Miss Chiyomi, you are the unknown factor here. We don't even know where you've arrived from.
Yes, that, well, that won't be a problem, will it?
Yes,
You have defended me today, and there is time to learn about who you are in the future. You will have to
Relax a
forgive
little
me if
there.
I'm not precisely trusting at first, but I believe we could make it work.
Sounds like a bad idea.
She did stick around after, even after the fight. That shows some level of willingness to work, if you ask me. She could have just ran for it.
Yes, indeed. But as long as you are willing, I imagine a more convincing appeal to you may involve seeing these headquarters.
All right.
Perhaps
Sure.
some introductions to the necessary law enforcement figures.
That'd help, I know them, but, like, they need to be known.
All right. Yeah. I guess I'm in.
The Freedom League, for their part, seems to be rather pleased about this whole deal. Bowman doesn't seem to completely understand what's going on. He just kind of is glancing between Mars and Raven. But Raven and Johnny Bucket are kind of nodding and looking pleased.
Urge to kick. Rising.
Alan takes a half step forward, reaches to pat Miss Chiyomi on the shoulder. Look, for what it's worth, everyone's got to be a stranger to the city sometime.
God damn it.
Uh,
He just took her time.
Pardon?
Touch.
Actually, if he tries to do his recognize what material it is, it's an obvious, like, eye glow doodle, if I remember right.
Let's see here.
I think it was like an action or
How
something.
about we just wait and see if he is actually doing anything?
Yes, that would be the way to go.
Yeah, wouldn't it? I just don't know if he can just do it by just touching and that's it. Anyway, the Duke agrees. He's like, he's got a point there. No reason not to make you feel welcome if you're willing to be. You're all kind about it. You've been awful polite, and you've stuck through it. He even
Takes
took a
like a
hit for the
deep
team,
breath.
technically speaking. That looked like it hurt.
Johnny Rocket kind of rubs the back of his neck at that one. Yeah, sorry about that again.
Hey, you hit harder than you look like you could. So compliment my side of things.
She glances back to him, kind of smiles. Look, it would have gone the same way if I was hitting you, so we'll call it even.
He grins at that one.
She ain't lying. Those swords are sharp.
So is Alan doing anything besides being a good person?
Self-control.
Yeah,
not
see,
be a
that's
good
what-
person.
See, that's what the self-control was about. My eyes glow when I'm remote sensing, not when I'm doing analytical touch. It's a subtle ability.
Okay. So
Yep, that's what
do
I
you
thought.
do you
Awesome.
need to roll anything?
Nothing. I learned the exact atomic chemical composition of what I'm touching. In this case, the metal alloy of her augments, assuming she didn't shrug away or push me off. And yeah, I get to add it to my repertoire of things I can synthesize.
Well, I guess that'd be synthesizing her specific toughness type, I guess.
We can probably determine that on a future date.
Most likely.
But for now, if you want to make anything up for what that ally might be called, go ahead.
Well, I'll go make something up.
Well,
Yes,
either of you, really.
it technically would be his, but at the same point, yeah, it's definitely
We'll
gonna
come
be
up with
something.
together for the sake of sense
Because
making.
it's definitely got to be lightweight and durable.
Yeah, that's the
probably a
thing. It's
bit
not going to
more
be
beyond what you
the
got
exact
right
same
now.
thing the Duke is made out, for example.
Also determine, is it something that would be available right now?
I
In this
would
time
immediately
period.
say no.
If it is, it's because the Duke made it.
I mean, from her design, she's got actual nano machines rushing through them as well. So this is not modern tech.
Hmm.
At least not, an iteration of modern tech. It's
Yeah,
much
All
better.
right.
it's definitely customized super science you're looking at.
Then Alan might be able to tell that from a little bit of future research, but not at this exact moment.
Yeah,
Yep.
if you look into it, like what she has doesn't exist yet.
But if I can get the analytical touch on it now, I can make a cubic block of it out of a table when I get home and spend some time studying it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a very unusually light block of metal table.
With this said, the Freedom League members kind of climb out the window in single file past the Duke.
I let them.
They wave goodbye before heading off, obviously to check what on earth went wrong with Dr. Metropolis.
Duke waves by.
That is a tree, that's not the Freedom League.
It's my tree.
It can join the Freedom League.
Yeah, it's clearly worthy.
And they go poof.
Damn it! Now I wanna make a superhero who's Tree Man or some nonsense.
What, make
You just
Groot?
want to play Groot, yeah.
Yes, Groot. Super Groot.
That's pretty much Groot.
It kind of
Yes.
is, yeah.
Zelda style super ally. Da-da-da-da. I don't even know what we're just gonna have to fluff random comic nonsense, aren't we?
So
It-
Mars claps his hands together and looks genuinely pleased with the outcome of this, even with his campus being kind of wrecked.
Yeah, there's a hole in it. A big
So-
fucking hole.
As I said, the headquarters is on the top floor of Emerald Tower. That is, though I'm sure you might be unfamiliar with the city.
Show her around while we're out.
As you will.
All right, who here's got a car? I got a spare seat, but I can only see one other.
Well, if you only have one seat, Mr. Priest probably the one. I can keep up.
All right, Priest, you want to get in? And then the Duke turns into a truck.
I'll meet you
Dude,
there. I
if
need to.
you would please get off the grass before driving away, please.
Shifts back into a mech. Goes. All right, where do you want to
There
meet, Priest?
has been enough damage.
I'll meet you guys there. I'd like to drop a few things off at the apartment.
The tower may not be in perfect condition until tomorrow. I would gladly meet you there in the morning.
All right, if we got a day. Xiaomi, you want to show you around? I'll show you around town if you've got nothing else to do. Might as well learn about the place, you know?
He shrugs. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, let's get off this grass for, we cause more billing.
Yes, this is going to take some time.
Actually, if
I
that
wish you
truck
all the
has, if that truck doesn't have spiked or nubby tires, the wheels will actually have a lower pressure per square inch than the feet would, and it would cause less tearing of the ground.
He might have a chain option for when he's on snow, but I don't think he has that kind of super off-roady tires.
I think either way, he's screwing up the grass.
Yeah, no matter how you want to do it. Just do you want like big old holes
Pedal
between
down.
steps, or you
Yeah.
just a long?
Part of it is that Mars knows a lot about a lot of things, and cars are not one of them.
Yeah, I know. Thing is, Duke knows a lot about cars, so Duke is confused. He's just like, all right, whatever. So he turns into a truck once he's on a road, and him and Chiyomi will. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I can never tell if I'm saying it right because it sounds right to my head, so I never know if it comes out right.
The only part there is that you said me instead of may.
Yeah.
Imagine there's M-A-Y at the end instead of M-E.
Chime? No.
Chiyo.
Chiyome. God damn, that's gonna be annoying. I'll get it
Well,
eventually.
that's how you try to pronounce her last name.
Chiyome. I'll get it eventually. Anyway, Chiyome and Duke go driving. He shows her around town. If they have a
as
whole
they
day,
leave,
he actually has an
though,
invention he wants to try and make, but that's a different matter.
You could do that on the forum if you want.
Exactly.
As they leave, Mars will turn to Alan. So, the Freedom League will be aware of your, well, we may as well call it powers at this point. At least upon Metropolis waking up, or if Rocket was perceivable enough.
Septive.
Yes, thank you.
I got a couple more tricks up my sleeve than what I was doing today.
Yes, you are aware that you will no longer be seen as standard human anymore.
Yeah, see that.
I realize the difficulties that can come with that, but
It's not difficulties in future tense, so much as history that I may or may not have.
not always the shining knight with these, were you?
Shining Knight. No, never. But
No, that's the Duke.
but not always been an up and up citizen, and even less so been known as one.
We
I
have
tried
more in
it-
common than you may think, Mr. Priest.
Be that as it may. Being better known is going to dissuade some of my problems and is going to attract others, so I guess I'll just have to assume it's going to balance out in the long run.
At the very least, you will have defenses. For the more life or death situations.
Yeah, well, considering my alternatives are at this point is sign up with your Scouts Club or sign up with the League's Witness Protection Program.
Or perhaps Aegis.
Well, I guess you can roll expertise on that.
Out of character, I'm not 100% certain if I'm supposed to remember that particular name.
Yes, they're well known. They're Shield for Mutants and Masterminds.
Gotcha. Okay. Just
That's
my
You know,
mind.
Aegis.
Yes.
Ours
Okay.
week.
Yeah. Now I remember it. It came up. It came up last session as well, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Let's just say I'm going to require a little bit of promise of amnesty.
As I said, I have some contacts in the government and in the law enforcement. I can ensure that you will not be under any direct scrutiny, and if anything circumstantial is found, it will be removed.
Good enough for Jam. All right. I will see you in your ivory tower after breakfast.
As good a time as any. Until then, Mr. Priest.
How the hell do you get out of this building? Was it down this hallway and third door on the...
We're just taking the
Into
window.
the darkest void of the ninth circle of the abyss.
Well, there wasn't a door in the light.
So yes, bit of out of character knowledge that could very well become in character knowledge if you just made the correct rolls and gathered the correct information. Mars was once a supervillain.
Mm-hmm.
He was once a supervillain known as the Commander. It's not exactly public knowledge, but everyone in the Freedom League knows it, and there are a few generally influential people who know it.
What kind of villain was the commander? Like, just lots of money kind?
I'm
or-
guessing.
Yeah. Super
Yeah.
smart, lots of money.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's the Cobra commander then. All right. Then.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, well that kind of makes sense. And he just decided, well, that got me nowhere and was stupid.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
we're talking a Doctor Doom character.
Except
He-
considerably less insane.
Yeah, he ultimately decided that a businessman got him a lot farther in life. Also, he got less
So I don't
beat
have to
up
wear that
by the
stupid
Freedom
fucking
League.
costume.
Yeah. And I mean, Captain Thunder was coming after him all the time. So it was like, okay, I'm tired of this.
I'm bored. You're bored. Screw it.
But yes, that is Mars. That is also
Yeah.
why quite a few people are scared of him.
Right. Old, habits and whatnot.
So yes, you have a headquarters you'll be seeing at some point.
Yay.
If you say yes, anyway.
I'm gonna say yes, just because hey, tech I get to look at.
Yeah, you get quite a bit of tech.
Yes. Also, I just double checked just to see within 5 hours I can create the thing I want, which is just the 2-point safe fall boots, basically for the Duke himself. So if I ever to jump out a window again, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a temporary invention that'll just last whatever the next encounter is.
That's fine. Yeah.
It would take him literally, like, I double checked the math, everything, no matter what I roll, it's going to take him 5 hours. So,
All right.
Mhm.
total to design and build, which can be done in a
As-
day. So,
Is if we moved on to the next part, we'd be stopping at a really inopportune time whenever we did.
Mhm.
So I have more planned, but it looks like we're done here.
And
For
it's a
now.
reasonable time.
Yep.
I guess we didn't
And
need to make this other map.
well, no, it's always good to have more than it is to have less.
Yeah.
And
Besides, it means less work for the next one.
yeah, you've already got it done.
Yeah.
Means you can be ahead of the curve rather than behind.
Oh no. This can't be allowed. Oh well, it means I can go eat things and then play more Inquisition.
Yes,
Hate
yes,
you.
it does. I'll play
alrighty.
Also,
Fallout 3
Write
and
a
shoot things in the
section
head.
at some
Oh.
point.
Repeat that, Ian.
I'll be writing a session log at
That's it.
some point. Might be tonight, might be
Tio,
tomorrow.
there was a thing you wanted to say to you. Initiative
Oh,
order. You
yes.
had
Right. I'll keep on recording for this. So, I follow. I'm not involved in any Fate games, the Fate role-playing system. But I follow several communities of them, and someone there mentioned a really interesting way of doing initiative that actually was designed specifically to take advantage of superhero-based games for character-to-character synergy. So,
Okay.
for the first round, everyone still rolls their initiative trait to determine who gets to act first.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, whoever is currently taking their turn, no matter who that is, when they're done their turn, they choose anyone who hasn't yet acted this round to act next. And once the last person to act in the round has acted, they can choose anyone except themselves to act at the start of the next round. In this way, everyone acts in each round, and if you have a gang of minions, they can act as just the one character. So they can all act at once and then designate the next named person to act, basically. But it creates a few useful and interesting situations where people can pass along a combo of sorts if they have some synergy to develop. But the risk what they pay for that is
Then
letting
all the enemies move at once.
letting the other side all act in order. You can sometimes you want to pass your turn not onto one of your allies, but to one of the enemies, just to break them up and give them something to do while your allies are waiting for something. And the readied actions, that just moves that person to that point and they take that turn. They perform that action. The thing is, you're not allowed to hold your action. If someone passes on the turn to you, whether ally or enemy,
You go.
you can the most you can do to delay your turn is ready a standard action. You can't hold your whole turn.
Huh. So if I get this right, the Duke goes first because he always goes first, and then he passes it on to whatever person he wants to go next, and then so on.
Mm-hmm.
So he could go, all right, I've gone. My friends aren't at the position I want them to be, so I'll pass it on to this person who needs to be in position, and that person will determine what they want to do, and, then what positioning, who they want there. Okay. I sort of see this. The issue with that would technically be, well, let's pretend we're fighting a big bad, and the big bad's big thing is, I don't know, breaking us up. I don't know. This is a big bad. And no matter how good that guy's initiative is, unless he's taken the I go first button, which is already a really powerful button, but, unless he's taken that, the Duke can literally carry
There
the
are
whole
occasions
team
in which
into...
you will not be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, it could negate a potentially interesting encounter completely, because it goes from Duke, villain, everyone else, or Duke, this guy, villain, it changes that to Duke, everyone, then the villain. Let's just kind of bum rush the villain instantly without him having to say otherwise, just because he doesn't have that one trick.
It does kind of fall apart a little bit if there's only one enemy.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that might not ever happen, but...
Yeah, that probably won't be happening.
Yeah, if it doesn't ever... Whatever, no problem, I guess. It just means...
I'm willing to try it.
Yeah, I don't see why not. It's interesting.
The only edge case I see as being dangerous is when the enemy team gets to go, or us, and then immediately select one of themselves again and get to go twice in a row before anyone can do anything.
And that's actually one of the things about whoever gets to act last gets to start the next one.
Determining who goes first.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
that's...
does make the last place much more powerful than it is in the normal system.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you could have this interest. It does make an interesting thing you could do where the Duke goes first, assigns people, and we deliberately have someone else go last, or it'd be like it'd be weird because we'd always try to go last.
But the enemy might let them, so that if there's one of us left to go and one of the enemies going and there's one more enemy that hasn't gone, they can choose me, they can choose one of us, because now our only choice is the last remaining enemy who gets to start the next round. That's
you can't really
that's the
plan to
power
go
of the
last.
last position.
Then people gun for the last position as hard as they gun for the first in a weird. It's like this math problem, because depending on how many foes you have, how many there are, you could math it out to calculate exactly who would go last, regardless of who they pick, because just numbers game.
Well, like this, everyone acts in what is essentially a random order, weighted towards someone gets to act earliest in the very first round, and after that, it doesn't matter, because we just run in round and round in circles.
It does make initiative a non-thing, though, for people who took the advantage. I mean, yeah, it might still give them first round, but then again...
Your advantage has already rendered the 2 points that Brad put into the improved initiative advantage moot in all cases except when you choose not to spend that victory
no,
point.
It doesn't make it moot against the enemy. Like, he could still beat the enemy. That's not the mootness I'm talking about. Like, the enemy, it makes it moot for everyone. Like, how to put this? Duke goes first. Period.
Yeah, it doesn't really...
Whoever comes after does matter, because even if the Duke goes first, or even potentially he doesn't, because there are speedsters who have the same thing he does, and non-speedsters, I suppose. Point is, it could be something like this. Duke goes first. All the enemies go. Then we go. Like, that could be a very hard to overcome problem, just because we all had low-ish initiative rolls or something. Whereas in the system like this, it could be the Duke goes first, and I can guarantee that at least one of my allies will act. just because I'll pick that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Hey,
it
you
does.
go.
It does.
Like even if
devalue
you all roll
improved
ones,
initiative.
I'm like, well, fuck that noise. You get to
The
go after me.
specific advantage improved initiative in this system is devalued because of it.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, there's no problem actually because when it comes to initiative or anything, I mean, agility and so forth, you're using for something else, so it doesn't really matter.
There is that.
So basically,
what was I saying? Oh, I do have to technically use a heroic action though. So you guys still have a whole bunch of them. I tend to run out of mine, or at least I sit at 0 basically.
Yeah, those are hero point equivalents.
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna be out of those real soon if you
Yeah,
keep using them
I have-
every encounter.
I haven't actually used one yet.
Well, go tally them up at some point.
Uh,
I think I
yeah,
only have 2,
Ditwise,
'cause
I've
been
got 2.
awarded. Wait, no, we
Alright.
got 1 for free last round, didn't we? An extra,
Yes.
and then you got 2 extra. So I guess I have 3.
And you'll probably be getting another one from this. Because you did manage to, not die immediately on fighting the Freedom League.
Yay.
Never mind, not die. We
By the
held
way,
them
I
off.
would have thought it would have been hilarious
We
if, like, the
did kind
secondary
of help
effect of
them
her
off.
attack would have come in while that chick was checking out Manhattan, just falls over unconscious. Oops.
Well, all things considered, like it did kind of turn against us a little bit with Chiyomi getting
Hamstrung.
pretty badly whacked. But on the other hand, considering we were down a person for the entire fight, again, it keeps fucking happening. We pulled out well, all things considered.
Yeah, this would have been some role play on Brad's part for being a part of this team now.
Basically,
the biggest
first
problem
half
is
of
that-
next session is probably going to be you chasing her down and trying to help her come to. Actually, wait. Who
Like, does the
knows what
ring
that
even
ring
like
entity
this sort
might
of
want
thing?
to tell her to do?
Yeah.
I don't remember its motivations.
Mhm.
Well, the thing is, Duke knows who she is as a person, so he can just go to her house and be like, "Hey, what's up? You're a hero now.
Your
Here's a
boyfriend
badge."
let me in. Nice guy.
Cool,
Makes a
yeah,
mean
whatever.
cup of tea.
Maybe I shouldn't have drove this truck through the door.
Nah, I'll pay for it.
In any case, I figure we'll try the that initiative next time, and we'll see how it goes. And if it goes well, we'll see what we need to fiddle with.
Yeah, either or. Just thought it would. Since this is a superhero-based game, it might be handy to try out.
Yeah, it sounds like a neat sub game, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is?
The whole initiative thing.
Oh, maybe. Again, there's no reason not to try it. I say we try it and see how it works. I just
So-
like the advantage is just powerful in my hands because not very good at determining when to use these kind of things, and this just okay, I get to go first. Neat.
Yeah, I tend to hoard hero points as well.
Yeah, so this just takes it out of my hand, so I don't end up hoarding I already have like 3 now again, and I'm just like, yeah.
Well, right now you should
What do I
have.
do?
Right now you should have 1.
Yes.
Yeah, you got that bonus one, and you've used 1 every session.
Mm-hmm. So you should have 1, and you'll be getting another one from this. So you'll have start of next session.
From what I read, you get 1 at the start of it, like every single, at the end of every single encounter, assuming there's break time, you get another one or something. I don't remember the specifics.
Yes, and I've been saying it when you do.
That's
Okay,
the one
so how
he's
many do I
giving
have now?
us.
Oh, so I have 1 plus the one I haven't spent, plus the other one I didn't spend.
At the start of next session, you will have 2.
Okay. I have 2. Yay.
Let's see. So
As long as
I've
I always
tracked
have
my
1, I
own.
don't. You don't
So
even know.
I think 2 from the first session I was in because I wasn't in the very first session of everything.
Yep.
So 3 because I get 1 for this, 2 for the last.
Believe so?
And I have. Yeah, started first session with. I believe I
Is there a way to
started.
put these maybe on our tokens?
Uh, Yes. Double click. Go to properties.
Add a line that says potato.
You can't add lines actually. Oh damn, I didn't.
Potato, potato, tomato.
Yeah,
Potato.
I'll add a misc scores field and I'll show Ian how to add a misc scores field so that we can
Okey-dokey.
track miscellaneous.
Yeah, it might
But
just
for
help
the
me to
moment-
also remember to use them.
Yes.
But for the moment,
For the moment, that's all for tonight.
we will all be doomed on the morrow.
This has just been one long train
Or-
of doom.
Values of morrow that equal 14 days less 4 hours.
I want to be doomed now.
I think our only reason we did so well, personal opinion, is because we just toughnessed the shit out of that fight. Everything they threw at us just kind of bounced off.
I beg to differ.
Okay, almost everything they threw at us.
I have toughness 8. I don't toughness anything.
Hey, you took him once. Just the second one didn't go so well.
I have toughness
And
8
the arrows did
myself,
bounce
but
off.
yeah, toughness 22 shield bubble is fairly useful.
Yeah.